Rora now, right?
Yeah.
If Yue gets 2 kills within the first, let's say 6 minutes. I'll be generous,
Yeah.
6.5 minutes. Holy, this game is gonna really close out quick.
And it's a good enough dynamic.
हेलो सुन्दै रहेछ है ए होइन यस सरी सुन त अब नाइस नाइस हेलो ओ दा एकछिनमा आउँछु अब बाहिर जानुपर्ने रहेछ ल हेर्दै गर न आउँदैछु Check, guys. Check.
This crab is still here alive, and there's no one who can take him down for now but Aurora. How did they defend and get more on top of that?
Oh man, Aurora Gaming Philippines somehow defends. I don't know, man. Some way, somehow. Aurora Gaming Philippines.
It's just so sad. After that play, Demonkai was like, finally a purple buff, he cables, and there's a small face. Like, damn it, man.
No,
it's not even.
See, that's there's a benefit and a curse to being Uranus players out there, man. You're tanky as hell. Yeah, but the curse is you gotta watch majority of the times your team die because you're not dying. You know? It's kind of like having immortality. Like you're gonna see everyone grow old and die. Well, unfortunately, that's the life.
आइरहेछ र पनि
Much AoE! Now it's like to lose immortality as Demonkai recalls like going down!
And Edward can only dance to the death of the team here. Demon Kite is up, but can 2v5 work?
Edward, he's trying his darn best, but there's 5 on him. Now it's a fatty again, who has to deal with 5 members of Selangor Red Giants! And they wipe Aurora Gaming Philippines out in game number 2. We are level on the board, 1-1.
I gotta say, man, SRG games just keep delivering. I don't know what it is, but I like to see it. 1-1 in the series against Aurora Gaming Philippines, and those minor adjustments that came through from the draft just seemed to, I mean, work so well. There was a minor change here and there, but the execution was great. Not only that, but I do have to say, the fanny picks seem to just kind of shoot themselves in the foot for Aurora Gaming Philippines. It was almost too easy for you to just be like, I'm going to post up here, I'm going to stun you, and like we're just going to go from there. And then they passed around Demonkai, man. I mean, it was tough to be in.
Yums pulled a KSI, bro. He was straight up, I'm on a horse. Dash, take a look at me.
In the thick of it. We saw him, man.
And he was caught in the thick of it.
He was caught in the thick of it, man. When you're trying to get away from 2 horses, it's just too much to deal with. 2 horses, 2 men, or 1.5 men, whatever it is. This was just SRG's game right here. Just well executed, phenomenal draft for them, and overall, just a game that SRG needed. Let's throw it over to the panel to break down our game 2.
Minor adjustments with major repercussions, and Selangor Red Giants even up the series after Aurora Gaming and SRG battled it out in the first game. Back and forth. This time was clearly SRG's playground to shine with. Gotta say, picking up the Fanny, way too difficult to pick Fanny in that kind of lineup.
Okay, I know I didn't say anything, but I told you so. You shouldn't have done that. That was. Did I say it? I did. I said it out loud. It's all. That was ego. That was an ego pick, and it might have been too much to expect that it was gonna work, especially in the face of a high loss.
Shut up.
And the high loss. That's it. I think the high loss was the main pain in the side for this Fanny. Demon Kite was playing a different game.
I think there's a little bit more to it than just, you know, the high loss being in his face. Because I mean, I was thinking, all right, yeah, sure, this is the ego pick, but this is Demon Kite of all people. He should be, of all people, he should be the one who's able to kind of get away from it all. So the question is, what was the innate problem? The fact is, he literally had 5 above average members just slapping him across the face. 2 of them hung like a horse, and the other one to block up the back door with Uranus. It's really frustrating to deal with overall when you don't have your own purple buff, and the opposing enemy's purple buff is forever will remain uncontested.
They literally hung around Aurora's backyard, the jungle, and as early as, what, 4 minutes, Demon Kite was already starving. And I know that we brought up the whole argument of, oh, yo, this is a different approach to it because they have a backup carry in the Claude. It didn't really make a difference. Yeah. Demon Kite was just as starved. Yes, he was getting away with a little bit more, but that's because, in my opinion, SRG let him. SRG was, yeah, no, we have a Freya. Don't worry about that Claude. Demon Kite will be fine as long as we're starving this Fanny. It's literally a 5v4.
बट के गर्ने त
Yeah, and to give Aurora a little bit of credit, it started off with Demon Knight stealing away the purple buff.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, that's a right call. But then it just goes to show how SRG sided the lineup was, that despite that trickery that Demon Knight pulled off early on to make sure, saying, yeah, I get your buff, everything is going our way. Wait, why are you going towards my jungle? Get away. He's like, they have nothing to stop them, man. It's just continuously beating down and bearing down on the jungle of Aurora. SRG gave Aurora zero breathing room here.
A lot of it just comes down to like the way that they lane, and I love the fact that the adjustment coming in from Freya is, hey, give me vengeance, and it's all over. What are you going to do? You're going to try and gun me down? We made mistakes in the earlier stages. The vengeance ensures that I live, even if I get hit by the tsunami slam. Which again, great adjustment, but let's look at our upcoming MVP, because let me tell you about him. SRG has been playing a phenomenal game, but without Cram not only dominating the lane, opening up the map, and just being the plug at the end of that flood, oh my goodness, how do you get past him?
This is his hero. I think more than anyone in recent memory, maybe I'm thinking about Flap, M5 World Champion. Cram is Uranus. This is a hero that's built for what this athlete is really good at, and that is cutting lanes, going deep into your lines, going deep into your base, going deep into your formations, and just being annoying as hell.
When Uranus can plug all entry points, it's way too difficult for Fanny to find any opening in the map. Even in those little team fights, Cram can just show up in front of close to Yue, and Demon Kite's wondering, is this still worth it to dive, to try and retry? I don't think so. I gotta stay back. There's nothing I can do here.
This is literally one of the best heroes to cram your opponents with.
Yeah, no, really, just the penultimate rear end, as some may call it. And I think that, especially when we start looking into the highlights, we just have to keep in mind that shouldn't the heave be the answer to this? I mean, that's the truth, right? Once you have that Wishing Lantern, all of a sudden you lose a lot of that value from that Uranus because you just can't sustain through the poke anymore. Yeah.
But it never got to the point where the damage review was terrifying. He got his Divine Glaive 10 minutes in. That was a Divine Glaive rush. But then as we saw, when you have a high loss with you, when you have the Phantom Steed that you can ride on, once the Glorious Pathway is down, they don't care about formation. They don't care about the poke. They'll be able to regain that health anyway through the team fighting that they have. Cram, of course, with the Consecration and how the Uranus just works with his passives, means he doesn't have to worry about health. He will regain it there in the end.
Yeah, by thinking, oh, the Lantern should solve this, the Glowing Wand, if somebody somewhere built a ice or a halberd, you're still just solving one part of the equation. That's literally just Cram, and I think that's how big of a game changer he was for his team. Again, in game one, he was on that Lapu-Lapu. If he overextended, it was so hardly punished. Here, if you overextended, I can just flick it out and then Consecration, do it again in 10 seconds.
And that's a really good point, because when we look at a lot of these fights, how exactly is Aurora actually turning it around on these base defenses and then losing the following fight immediately after? A lot of it is just posturing against your opponents. For SRG, with their lineup, they're not exactly like a tank. They're a little bit more flexible at taking those front-to-fronts from any direction in comparison to Rora, where, I'm sorry, I am a tank. I must be looking at you to gun you down.
Way too tough. It seems like across the board, the adjustments that Selangor Red Giants did end up working for them.
Discord no option is
Storm, he didn't even need to build a Sky Piercer. He went full utility. He realized, audio capture
Discord option.
I'm just going to play for the utility that I can bring. The anti-heal, the slight slows I can dish out, and then I'm going to be able to keep myself alive as well. The shield that she can get herself through the juice in Spellbound through the Ice Queen Wand, and even just rounding out the Clock of Destiny. Some people say a lot of juice-ins do, but then it was just a little bit of an extra, You thought that they couldn't kill the other four, you also cannot kill the juice-in. It only died once.
It only died once, and because of the almost guarantee a battle spell out of your opponent. What are you trying to do? Peel me? No, good try. I'll lift you up, pull you back into my team, and then Leomore will do the rest to displace you. That's why you saw that Light was not getting into as many positions as he wanted to, mainly because I got to peel for somebody else. My life is a lot less worth it compared to theirs.
Now that we're putting the spotlight back onto Aurora, there is a clear lack of vision for this draft. Again, that Fanny really demanded so much more control on even their side of the map. So if they did not snowball, this was inevitably going to happen, right? They were going to lose control of the map. They would lose their resources and they could not check if it's worth going into certain parts of certain fights. That's literally the story. The only clapback that they found was inside their base, almost literally when they were kicking SRG out on the defense. So going into game number 3 here, if Rora want to gain back a bit of the momentum, because again, even if they did win game 1, I hope that they should really consider and reconsider more of free vision. Just heroes that really can check bushes, heroes that can make sure that the coast is clear, because here they weren't so sure if they were going to counterattack or be the aggressors.
Yeah, I'm always a fan of the free vision, but I'm going to go towards the very simple MLBB math here. Maybe a little bit more damage early on, much quicker, would do really well. Theoretically, the Eve is not a bad pick with everything that SRG had, but a part of me is thinking SRG won the trade because it was their decision, juice in or Eve. They said, okay, we'll get the juice in because we know what we're going to build around it. Well, if you see the juice and you know what's going to be coming at you, I still wish they had considered the Lunox, or at least went towards the Lunox. Yes, there's a lot of dive, but we saw in game number 1, all of that dive was managed by the damage output of a Lunox.
Yeah, and I think the Lunox has a little bit more flexibility, because RWM, you are a stationary target.
Yes.
The Brilliance, you can play, be a little tricky with it, you can stick your foot out, hope that maybe they paint you like their French girls on the side. You know what? I'm going to take a full step back, gun you down, take you for everything that you're worth, and then send the rest of my squad to clean up.
Interesting decisions by these two teams for their draft.
Yes, mathing upper bracket.
Everything that we saw, do you think that was a little bit more of a draft? I don't want to say issue, but is it a draft focal point or an execution focal point?
I think it's both draft and something else entirely. It's a principle matchup. It's a dynamics in respecting what both teams bring in. Rora knows SRG is very aggressive. Rora knows that they like to fight. If they find themselves in a position where they can't fight back, that's already a non-starter. So think of how your draft will be able to fight back, and then you're off to a better start than what happened here in game 2.
We're going to talk a little bit more amongst ourselves about what potential drafts can come through, but now it's time to throw it on over to Rose with an interview with Solos. So looking forward to hearing from them.
Convenient.
Very much
Hey guys,
convenient.
Rose here, and right now in the M7 arena, we have Solos, a pro player from Malaysia, and of course an MLBB icon from Malaysia. Hi Solos.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Malaysia ko to so SRG.
How do you feel in this arena in M7?
Pada punya arena punya scene memang shock, fun. Dia bagi saya dia menarik sebab dia World punya ni kan tournament kan, so bagi saya best excited.
That everything's exciting,
Bini
everything
estatic,
and of course because it is a world championship, everything is just super intense. Now talking about intensity, how do you feel as a Malaysian seeing that SRG is now playing in the upper bracket finals in M7? Because if we look at it, this is a history in the making. If SRG were to win this match, they are heading to the grand finals, and that's never been done before by a Malaysian team.
So bagi saya macam last time SRG, so dia orang dapat nombor 3 kan. Jadi apa yang saya nampak daripada day 1 sampai ke hari ni, so saya rasa excited sebab saya tengok macam SRG ni boleh break dia orang punya record last time. So kemungkinan besar boleh masuk ke grand final, so kita harap SRG boleh buat yang terbaik
He said that comparing SRG's journey in the M6 last year, he feels that this time around they have what it takes to enter the grand finals. You know what, Solos, compared to before, especially for you, right? You've been in the MLBB ecosystem since potentially even season 1 of MPL MY, right? How do you think the MLBB esports in Malaysia has changed and improved over the years?
So during saya punya scene memang banyak beza Dia bagi saya bukan changes tapi dia ke arah improvement. So compare waktu saya dulu, kita tak ada sources yang banyak Compare daripada sekarang dari segi interface, UI apa semua, dia jadi lebih mudah untuk bermain. So dia boleh main dari umur usia muda sampai ke tua. Dia mudah untuk main. Jadi bagi saya sumber ataupun resources untuk belajar tu dia banyak.
Ini boleh gostar sebab kisara ni gostar.
Okay, now Solo said he's watched MLBB actually develop into what it is now. He's been playing since
योपालि उयो
MLBB
गएन क्या भाइ त्यो इन्डियाको
Season
क्रिएटर्स
1,
नि
and
एउटा
right
के
now
पो
we are in the M7 World Championship. Compared to before, there was not much resources available online, and of course the UI and the graphics, everything has changed. But of course it has changed for the better, because now everything is practically available at your fingertips. If you want to watch a tutorial, all you have to do is just search it up, right, Solos? It's so much easier now. And of course, is there any shout out to the Malaysian fans watching right now? Because I see in the arena there's a lot of Malaysians in the venue, but back at home as well, we have a very big M7 watch party. Anything to say to the Malaysians?
So buat fans Malaysia, teruskan bagi sokongan sebab diorang boleh pergi jauh ni. Jadi teruskan bagi sokongan, doa. Yang paling penting sekali, enjoy M7.
All right, Solo say to everybody who's actually watching, don't forget to keep on supporting SRG, because he believes they definitely can go for this M7. And of course, don't forget to keep them in your prayers. Thank you very much, Solos. I hear the Malaysians in the arena. And with that, let us enter the third game in this series. Who will take the win? There's only one way to find out.
Great to hear from Solos, and of course, there are a lot of our Malaysian fans in the crowd, so thank you to each and every one of you who flew out here to Indonesia to show your love for Selangor Red Giants. Equally awesome match with the support of the Filipinos in the crowd as well. But the SRG fans definitely excited about the results of the previous game, so let's go back here now to talking about what to expect potentially for the draft. Real quick, game number 3 should be a shake-up here because even though the Cloud was really good, I have a feeling that maybe SRG have already read into Claude-centered lineups.
I think that Vengeance is such a deterrent. Because, like, how many times, like, if you really think about it, when can Claude really power through the Vengeance?
Okay, Tapola, famous
really being honest here. And even with the Trinity build, you can see that Domeng was very hesitant. He noticed his health bar going down a little bit because of that Vengeance. He instantly takes the BMI back.
Yeah.
So,
So
with
one piece now to consider for the draft. Mid trio already really good as well for SRG.
M8, M9
तिर some friends. I got really lucky last night. Because cards. Yeah, what were you expecting? Yeah, so of course we have our little collaboration through one play. Yeah, so of course we have our little collaboration through one play. Are we gonna open that back? Can we open that back?
Give me a 10 count, sir.
नेपाली लभी पसिदियो कि कस्तो कस्तो लाइक नेपालीहरुको अर्कै नेपाली हुन्छ हौ है नेपाली बोल्ने नेपालको नेपालको मान्छेहरुको त अर्कै नेपाली हुन्छ हौ
अर्कै नेपाली त हुन्छ
कस्तो हिजो सुन्दाखेरि अर्कै लाग्यो के
यस्तो हो के मा चिक्नेहरु मात्रै भनिदिन्छ
अनि नाच्ने है अरे तिम्रो खातेहरु यस्तो कुनै कुनै के भन्यो भने
अरु मामाको हेर न हौ यहाँ भाइलाई नयाँ फोन मामाको होइन भाइलाई किनिदिएको भाइले अर्को फोन पुरानो फोन फुटाएको हेर न ग्रे कलरको नि हौ दामी छ नि हौ दा सिल्भर छैन त हेर यस्तो भयो के गर्नु अब यस्तो यही कलर मात्रै थियो दुईटा पर्खिनु मन लागेन नि त हामीलाई अर्को फोन चाहिँ कहाँको भ्युवर्स हेलो भ्युवर्स कसले कल गरेको थियो है कल गरेको है ठिकै नै छ पावर किन्नु लुफी त किन्दिनौ अमंग अस खेल्ने भन्दै थियो त केटालाई भनौँ न पोल हालिदिउँ न पोल पोल हालौँ न पोल कस्तो मोड हो हेडफोन टेस्ट पनि हुन्छ बीजीएमआई खेल्यो भने चाहिँ हेडफोन टेस्ट
Yeah, I know.
It seems like the best
Watch
forms of
party
Rora
nice.
that we've seen, even in
115,
when he plays a little bit more
viewer
of a
are
backseat role, a facilitator,
A role player.
What's
a
it
role player, so that it's
Kuko
Yue and
Mon.
Domenkaid who can actually come in through to the carries.
Cook-
Yes,
Cook
SRG already
Mon-
acknowledged
Mon-
that
Cook
by
Mon.
taking away the Baksha, but if they can manipulate the bans in such a way that
YouTube
they'll
now, I
have
know
a
like
utility
that.
Oh my
hero
goodness,
available for them, or
Nobody
something that isn't a little that can just help
Let's go watch
facilitate.
party,
Even
man. Let's go-
Lancelot
let's
in a
go, man.
way is a
Watch party,
facilitator
man.
alongside being a
Yeah, start
carry.
bago,
That's what I'm
match 3.
saying. Game 2, that last pick
Drafting
would have really been a
Match
Lancelot.
start
I
bago.
wouldn't even expected high
Yes.
boost. Yeah. Like with the burst and the early damaging field
Opening
control
AI
that
lanes,
Rora was
people
rocking,
didn't go.
an assassin that was a cleaner would have definitely worked. But now going in dangerous grass. Yeah, I think
उयो छ के एउटा
twice- once been twice
One
shy from
Peanut
that ban.
भन्ने
Oh, look at it. Rora on
We're
the blue
YouTuber
side.
हैन?
Sora ban, Freya
लाइभमा
ban.
कति हुन्छ
From
भन न
SRG, they
त्यसको
responding kind,
गेम
get rid of the
खेल्दाखेरि
Groth
50k
alongside the
60k
Claw.
I
भ्युवर
love
हुन्छ
how SRG after the Sora and Freya ban go, yeah, just get rid of the Claude. That's what
अस्ति
they
भर्खर
wanted.
बुम भएको हो कि
Put it all on
आम्बो,
Doming.
क्या दिल लगी छ मान्छे पनि तर
And then just build around him. Rora did that last
पिनट
night.
मात्रै पिनटमा दुईटा
Good
आँखा र
read by
मुख
SRG.
मात्रै छ
You think we're going to end up with like a Harry Ranger, the good old classic?
Yeah, I was thinking that too, because like, what if Rora decides to ban out the CC and say, keep it honest, innocent,
Why?
we're not playing fighters at the gold lanes anymore.
But
Let's just
त्यसको
go
उयो
back to
दामी छ
Granger
नि
Harry.
Old school rules.
म्याचमेकिङको
There we go.
इन्टरफेस हो त्यस्तो दामी छ
Now the question is, SRG, are you comfortable with Yves and are you
VTube
more
को क्यारेक्टर
comfortable
त्यति
with
लगी छ
Yue
कि
going onto Jushin? That's one hell of a trade-off.
Yeah, because I feel like going on the idea that we posed for Rora with Demon Guide being able to facilitate alongside Yue,
मान्छे पनि क्या दिल
then
लगी छ
Jusin is
त्यति
not
भएर।
the pick that you'd want to give if you're SRG. And they do ban it out.
कुन चाहिँ हेडफोन हो यो चाहिँ
Ban गरेको
With the
हो?
Kalia.
यिनीहरूको त उयो मात्रै हो
First
साउन्ड
the
रोक्ने
Kalia,
मात्रै
I
हुन्छ
like
हो
it.
बाहिरको
would be good.
Yeah. Don't need to
You
rush
ban
the
गरेन
jumblers
होला
here.
नि त?
You don't need to fight for
भित्र
the others.
अर्कै
do
हुन्छ
they
सानो
say
खाले
here?
हुन्छ
Yeah, or
Alright.
do they can
Yeah.
even say, go
Sora.
and gain. All right.
But
सोरा
my
फ्रेया
only
र
worry for this
को
is...
यो
मेरो
Wait, Stormy would rather pick up the Farsa over the Lunox, though, correct?
Oh, that one depends.
It really depends.
Yeah,
Chin
generally I would say
Clon
Farsa,
drop.
but this time around we're going to see Sakai's back on the Yi Shin with his 57% win
NC
rate.
छ त
But they're
तपाईँको,
also
NC.
pairing it up with the Hilda
NC
in
छैन, नभए gaming headphone हो।
anticipation that
Audio file
maybe
हरू
Rora
होइन।
is going to go for an assassin.
राम्रो sound
I
block
don't think
गर्दो
they
रहेछ।
are, if I'm being
Yeah,
completely
blocking
honest.
Baxa and
राम्रो।
Fred are
Oh,
open.
गर्नुपर्ने।
Pick it now.
I would honestly be okay with just picking up the Fred early on. It allows
Shin
Demon Guide
Claude
to
the
facilitate,
block.
as we mentioned. If they can just... They already have the Eve. So just go Fredrin Cho or Fredrin... Oh no, they can save the Gatot or the Gatot
Yeah.
Hylos or Cho for later.
Baxia. Cho.
Ah.
You're just super aggressive. Like you just
त्यो
really
हो
want to stick
म
it to
मिटो
them.
उयोदेखि त मिस छैन त उयो त लियो
Oh,
मोड
it's
त
their turn. They're gonna go Leomord Cho.
There.
Yeah.
Okay.
मिड सिरिजदेखि त क्या
With the
डरलाग्दो
Leomord,
पिक
it's going
हुन
to be
थाल्यो
easier
लियो
to
मोड
chase down this Yishin overall.
Keep
But
it
B
going.
level 4 is going to be annoying because you're
Freya
expecting
पनि
them to be
राम्रो
in your face
रहेछ नि
all the
अहिले।
time. Now that
Freya
you've got your
gold
mid lane
खेल्दैछ
kind of
पुरा।
secured, and more importantly, being able to kind of fight for that priority
देखियो त, यो Edward
instantaneously
छ नि।
without much damage, then you can start putting
Edward
effort into the
उयो
Hilda if
ओमाई भिनसको
ever
साथी
tries for a
के पो
second
त्यो
invade.
ब्ल्याकलिस्टको
Okay.
यो
down the
एडवर्ड
line,
अन्त ओए
I
बुसको
feel like SRG can
PL
slot in
Goeb.
a Phobius because Aurora might be leaning towards them picking up the Harry. Harith for themselves. It's all very divey, but if you look at the
Udah tahu
box and
live
all the
putih ali
combos
gitu
that
crop
they can
udah
dish out, very good. Oh, so SRG pick it up for themselves.
Muni padi
Good
ya,
block,
boleh deh
and now they can ban out the Granger.
And I think that they should. The Granger fits so well into what Rora wants to do. If you take out the Granger, what's left?
Tap in the hold on machi.
Carry?
Carry, I'm not gonna lie.
That's it. So you ban both.
Kotro mansio yo to mata.
Unless, yeah, and Aurora doesn't even have their
Four,
local
gusto ko ba?
fighters because if they're gonna be Leomord
Gusto
and
so.
local fighters, yeah,
Moana
very
ba to ni?
slow.
It's not as meta as it used to be, but there could be an argument for Moskov, and I think that's it's an interesting way to play because this could potentially open up saying, hey, maybe Arlo gets passed through into the EXP lane, and now you have one more addition of CC to help out Edward.
I was actually thinking that maybe SRG would want to ban the Esmeralda
Yes,
because they
they're
can
doing
still
this,
slot in
wala
an
na.
Esmeralda
Motivan
gold, but they
yun,
read it. So yeah, I think I'm a little bit more on the Moskov boat now. That might end up becoming the pick for Aurora later on.
Random war to Rodi sa to SRG body to anto
Has
mata.
Doming Kite played?
Looking at the gold, Freya's already been banned out.
Binom meron binom.
No more CC. Sora
Teta
also
ganda.
gone in terms of
Yo,
best
binom
ones.
mo na ko.
Meron.
God, Granger, Freya,
Cool, light.
Harith,
Eh,
Carry. That's it.
Light.
Yeah, and they're gonna need basic attack. I don't want them to even consider something like a Lunox to go to deal with
Same
a
binom
Harith.
dati.
You don't need to do that. Just play it safe, play it slow. You already have a Leomord Cho and Eve anyway to bridge you to the late game.
I like this a lot from Coach Arcadia
Demon
because now he's
Kite.
taking advantage for the fact that he gets the ban first in the second phase. So he
Demon
proposes
Kite
the
Aurora
question,
ko.
Esme,
Yeah.
instantly getting a response from Rora saying, we have to get rid of
Aurora
Uranus.
ko tungkol
Now,
na Demon
what we're
Kite.
left with, no more sandbags in the side lane. This
What
is
could
going
it
to end up
go?
being Lapu Lapu. This is
Whatever.
going to be potential Yuzong as well.
Vaseline.
Something a little bit more fight-oriented for both Edward
Vaseline din
alongside
nun eh.
Cram.
Din na nakaw.
Lunox ban as well. Wow.
With the compromise pick, he would rather not deal
Oh,
with.
ato
He's
yo toto
saying,
nito
hey,
na.
Carry, take it or leave it.
Carry, Granger,
Granger.
pick.
Yeah, the Granger was left
Oh,
open.
so carry Granger.
Inal,
Take
just
it or
leave
leave
this
it.
one sa
Yeah,
ano
they
ta?
decided to play into it.
Why
Gordon
are
na.
they letting the Granger through? Is this a telegraphed Yuzhong?
ML mata porde na po
Yeah,
niyo
maybe,
ba?
'cause what if... I mean, Hilda's already most likely going to the
Carrying
roam. I
him
mean,
is
most
also
Hildas in M7 did go into the roam. The ban of the low Yi.
Really good stuff. Really good stuff. I thought maybe that might
Yums,
slip through the
yums.
draft for SRG's side, but now I think this is a little bit of a compromise, right? What are they going to do
Ah,
at this stage of the
clear,
game? With Hilda on your side, and there's not a lot of like mid laners, of course, self-sustaining when
Hello.
you're facing off against Eve Cho. You're going to lose mid priority almost straight away.
If Aurora really want to focus on their box and team fighting theory and then just play it slow in terms of managing the lanes, they can pick up a glue depending on the matchup. If the XP lane is already
Oh,
over
glue
here.
to open
So
sa.
you'll have a
Back lane lang,
glue
no?
and then
Just
you round it
Eve
out
lang.
with the Granger. I mean, theoretically, with the Eve, you're going up against a Harith. It makes sense, but that's only if you see the
You
matchup.
can,
Because
like,
if you blind glue, it might be really tough.
100%.
Afno live stream ko.
Vision. There's so much vision.
SRG
I mean, double the vision,
versus
double the fun, am I
Aurora
right?
watch
But,
You
party.
see everything.
Aurora.
And it's not like SRG is denying Rora. Rora's making their picks here with
Coach
full freedom.
Arcada,
Yeah, but
master
it's not
the
invested
basics.
as much as SRG.
I'm hosting a watch.
This is a
party.
really
Let's watch
interesting
the
draft, right? Because
M7
again,
match, bro.
you would have imagined that they're looking for multiple win conditions. And right now,
Semi-final.
the two clear win conditions for SRG is going to be Yishin Shin alongside with the Harith. The Yushin is interesting because her passive, super useful at actually denying light entryways with a third
Really?
hit of the G Kundo because it knocks him back, so he's not going to find the angle.
Only a Granger.
They do get the Granger and they get the Lapu Lapu, so they get the instant impact right away, and Edward gets one of the
Lapu the
iconic
Tito,
heroes
Lapu,
for Filipino
Lapu,
EXP
Lapu.
laners.
This is Aurora playing an old
Granger
meta
looks like,
lineup
oh.
Yeah.
featuring Leomord.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like if that was a Lancelot, you just said, hey, you mistyped Lancelot, and Leomord
Yeah.
eventually
Dragon
became the
Lancelot.
pick.
Or a Fredrin.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like that
Dragon
buff
Lancelot.
guy.
Dragon that me
What,
with
the
it.
horse guy?
Most likely.
Oh yeah, Leomord.
Both of which fits. I think here, Blue,
So,
probably. I mean, it feels weird if you
Blue
go
don't
into
know.
the Yuzhong because now it's like, now we have
Alice.
a potential
I don't
coin
know.
flip that we have to
Alice,
worry
Alice,
about. Alice, even more of a sandbag. It's still looking towards that team fight.
Sexier Uranus.
Oh, this is gonna be a tough one for Aurora. I give it to them though. The lineup does have the possibility of suddenly spiking up when Domikite gets the stacks on the Skypiercer. But this is the thing you always have to watch out
Kunyari
with
ba
an
yun, no?
Alice
Ang
though.
gusto talk ka, ba?
it might get to the point where you just can't deal with it.
Well, just a little bit of, you know, anti-regeneration is going to go a long way, but I think right now SRG, their composition requires a lot of economy, which is why I'm leaning more towards Rora.
Leo?
Damage profile.
सारे बात तो तू ही उठा रहा है.
This is not optimistic. This is actually just brass tacks talking.
So let's
Not optimistic. This is actually just brass tacks talking.
So let's see if Rora can actually push this. Bangers. So has Rora, and I'm sure that we're gonna have fun. Nice. Let's go.
We are going, and I'll tell you what, this is dangerous grass. This is dangerous lineup, man. I would say from SRG. I like what they did. They got the Hilda. They've got a couple of grounds covered. Whoa! That's what oh my God. It's dangerous.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is dangerous. You walk in, you never know. There's a sneaky Hilda in the bush, but the fact that they also will go down to Stormy. You have to respect the one. US region was popped. He should have recalled, dude.
That's dangerous range too. That was what I was gonna get.
Oh,
dude, like, don't stay. Please go home. Okay.
Yes, Light. That range from Zetian is pretty crazy. This is what we all experience now, especially on the buff. That what do you do? Like, how do you lane?
हामीले खेल्दा त हुँदैन त यस्तो घन्टा.
Recall after your region gets popped, right? Like, there are 2 steps before we get to this position. But now that we're here, yeah, I don't know how they're gonna lane against the Zetian, dude. We were talking about instant prio. But if you get poked that much, there is no instant prio here for the Cho and the Eve.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, dude.
I mean, on top of it, like Gideon mentioned, you know, during the draft, one of the great things about the Zetian is you have that passive built in. Man, it just looks like they're playing range everywhere. Okay.
For a second, I thought he had flicker because, like, damn, he's going in aggressive.
That's why I was saying this lineup is dangerous in itself because SRG is able to go ahead and capitalize on a lot of that. And not to mention the amount of vision that this lineup gives them too. So what this means for Rora Gaming Philippines is that they have to choose their windows of opportunity very crucial. And they got to be on point with it. They've got to be able to make it work. But because this early game pressure was already put onto them, they're not going to be able to contest this first turtle as it's already secured up. Here comes the pressure in the
Stole away the purple buff. Light goes in with Ziku. Stormy's able to flick around and he gets the kill too. Now throwing a ruin onto nothing but they won already.
Ambo Alice को first kill र ulti combo हुँदो रहेछ त है.
हुन्छ त अन्त.
You know, but that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Light goes in. He doesn't have
ulti त भन्छ हैन पहिला फर्स्ट किल हान्छ टक्कै ulti मतलब फर्स्ट किल टेलिपोर्ट भएपछि ulti
बुझे नि त्यो त मलाई combo हुन्छ जस्तो लागेको थिएन नि.
Aurora Gaming Philippines, I don't know, you
Dominate as well.
A flicker out of sight goes in with Jiku. There's no way the Dragon now needs to be caught in the Savant Force. Yum's able to flicker out of safety, but Innocent's now going to be caught all alone. Pops in a Purify. Now gets shredded.
Almost did. I will take that kill secured for Rora Gaming Philippines. So at least able to find something on the map here. They've been struggling. Oh, there it is.
That's Light giving the kill over to Domenkai. And finally, has some space to breathe, dude. He's already 2 levels down on Innocent.
Oh, Domenkai gonna be able to get away. Okay, very close. Oh my God.
They don't want to stop, guys! Shoots Domenkai down with the arrow.
Domenkai's just let me play, guys. I'm trying to get out of here. He had so much attention towards his lane, but that's exactly what you need to do if you're SRG. Put the pressure on Domenkai or elsewhere, because you have so many opportunities to be able to do that. You've got so much vision to play into. So now, with this bit of a lead that they built up, Turtle's going to be up at about 15, and they'll be in a good position for that. And, you know, Rora Gaming Philippines has to kind of go back to the drawing board with this lineup, which is going to slow down. Part of this lineup is allowing that scalability to happen because they're losing the range battle. A lot of this is because, you know, you have to rely on the Cho. Now that you're around level 4, you have a little bit of protection, of course, with UA's RWM. They want to go and contest this Turtle.
Look at the poke.
Before the fight even starts, Light is already down a quarter of health as Cram holds onto the turtle. Now Phantom Steam coming down for Demon Kai, but it's going to be Cram zoning him away with the help of Yums. Raven's fighter from doesn't get it down. Fury the Phoenix,
Oh, that was a great take. Dominic and UA are here to set up. Yums might be able to actually get away. Still, Light goes under the safety of the turret, but second turtle goes in the hands of SRG. Oh, I don't think they're just forcing them to take the long route, man.
Yeah, Yums wants to stop the recall again. He does. Light has to move. That was a feint from Yums. He didn't even know.
It's a dangerous Hilda, man. I'm telling you. Like,
it's the most annoying Hilda I've ever seen.
It's the way it's meant to be played. Yums is doing great work here, being a threat, especially on those, you know, those spaces around the jungle where Demon Kite is trying to go ahead and try to get some vision. But Yums providing so much information to SRG's lineup, just kind of gives them an easy time to take objectives, and honestly, that's probably how the next turn is going to go as well. Aurora Gaming Philippines in the meantime have to go ahead and play it to pick off potential. The problem with that is, like I said, who are you going to pick off? Well, most of the time, you're going to have to try to make a play either in the gold lane, because trying to find out either Yums or Stormy and get through that passive is hard enough. So that's why Light has to just kind of protect Dominicite and
real world manipulation,
real world manipulation. So that's the rapid boots for Dominicite, and he actually went Hunter Strike. So no Sky Piercer yet, and it makes sense. Demon, oh my lord, that is a tilter. Shots at a Mountain Shocker. Winning hard in this matchup as well. This ain't looking good for the Northern Lights.
This is what I'm saying, man. It's losing on all fronts right now if you're Rora Gaming Philippines, and you know, you kind of see it in the way that they're moving around the map, some of the decisions that they're making, and SRG knows to continue to put the pressure where they can. Demon Kai isn't falling too far behind in terms of levels or anything, but it's more so of, you know, what can this lineup actually do in this portion of the game, and it's just not too much yet. So it's kind of more of a survival strategy for Rora right now. This last turtle of the game's coming up. So like our Red Giants will go ahead and swing on forward. It looks like Aurora still wants to go ahead and show face here, but Dominicite less than half health.
Yep.
Be really hard to pull off.
Yums is 1v1ing there. Light, oh, he goes for the dragon early with
Find
it now with the ruin at the Fury of the Phoenix. Demon Kai sold. Yums giving it as a kill. At least they're able to pick up a kill back on Skies, but Demon Kai zoned completely away.
Zoned away, and Edward falls. Turtle's going to be there to take Demon Kai and Light trying to get away, but Cram and Yums are there, and Demon Kai falls for the second time in the game as a third turtle is secured for SRG.
The Red Giants are just stomping through Aurora Gaming Philippines. Skies died there, and still, they weren't able to win it out. Innocent, perfect turtle. Light goes in, wants to go for the Jiku, but he has to remember Stormy has the passive, and Yums is right there. Dominicite to walk in, man! Hilda going for the damage against Stormy. And now it's Light going in, there has enough damage. Stormy will like to take him on, and he actually does get away. But man, for the price of Dominicite, he dies as well. Oh, Light's trying to run, but Yums is locked. Oh, Light will survive. But yes, they lost Dominicite for Stormy. And Dominicite is who Aurora Gaming Philippines has to kind of rely on to have a chance in the late game here. Right now, you're looking at, man, look at the difference in the gold lane. Nice, Sue. It's becoming a problem now. Why? Because look at Dominicite, you know Sky Piercer. He's like, yeah, nah, that ain't working. I need more damage right now because if I don't farm, I won't even have enough bullets to get those executions.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to see a Sky Piercer at all. If we do, maybe probably, yeah, second to last item or last item, somehow Aurora Philippines gets control of this game. But right now, from the start, it has been no control at all. They just kind of, they're on the roller coaster of SRG, and they've just buckled in, basically. Like, it's really difficult to make this composition work because of just what is provided with the range, the vision, and everything else, like we mentioned for SRG. So for Aurora, they're almost in this moment where it's like, all right, Dominicite will protect you with everything we have, you know, and hopefully that Granger will scale up. Same thing with Eve. I mean, Eve can also scale up pretty well. We've seen some great Eve RWMs change the tide of these games or team fights, but so far there's been no chance around objectives, and this Lord's coming up in 10. They have no turrets on the map. They're absolutely...
Hellcurt, what?
Oh, I didn't know we had a Hellcurt.
Dark Knight Falls.
We don't know we had a Hellcurt.
This could be.
This could be.
The Undertaker? I don't know.
Stream break
What
भयो
else? What else can we hint at when it comes to this? You know? Hey! Don't you worry, folks. This is what we call...
technical उयोहरु मलाई राख बरु.
Sometimes you just gotta go blind. Sometimes you gotta go blind.
अब यसको थोपडा हेर्दै बस्नु
Middle fingers, man. He's going in. He looks like he's down on the Harith. That's definitely a sound for somewhere.
हेर न ब्याकग्राउन्डमा.
Life. How's the life going, you know? Oh, wait. Lord Slain!
Lord Slain are. Oh, ठीक है.
Who got the Lord?
भएन कन्डो
technical
technician.
You know what? We can just take a breather here, man. We can take a breather. I don't think the players are. Okay, they're smiling, so it should be Selangor Red Giants.
Yes, I'm doing.
Selangor Red Giants.
Yes, I'm doing. This is the caster.
Yes, I'm doing. त्यो हाँस्दै छ SRG ले लियो होला.
So, okay. And it seems like Selangor Red Giants is going to go through it. I don't know, 5,000 gold lead before that happened. You went to the Hellcurt Ultimate, Dark Knight Falls. Someone turned on a torch on the phones, you know? Because like usually that's how you...
Come on, we can make something happen here. Right now, I mean, they're still in the game, so...
Lights looking at...
Hosting country होइन Indonesia.
Yeah.
Last time
Based on this, it looks like Aurora's on the defense. Like, they're going to have to defend here. If that really was that Lord secured, Mirko, I mean, this is tough to really see what's going on, but...
Yep. Trying to find out what's going on right now.
Okay, yeah, we see the items. Gold, but that's about it, man. The Lord went to SRG, it looks like.
You watch party.
Does look like Dominkai is actually, going to ignore the Sky Piercer completely, by the way. He goes
to
Halberd after the Melfic Roar. So it's really all about putting in more damage here to deal with Selangor Red Giants.
UA is dead right now. It looks like they traded somehow. Yums and Innocent are dead. From what we can at least see here. And again, we're kind of looking behind us, guys. And unfortunately, we're going to have to wait
too.
Yeah, for this the technical difficulties to get set up here because Yums is up. Everybody's back up. I'm not sure. They must have just cleared the Lord out, man. I'm assuming. I'm assuming they have a base defense.
He's going to go in, I think.
They must have a big fight. You know, I almost wish we had game sounds here so we could. I don't even know game sounds either, guys, right now. So
please be patient with us, boys. We're working through this right now. We got a
World Championship by the way.
Oh, we're back.
We have a
commenter.
We got the fans in the building.
No
behind us, we lost the information that we had.
Okay.
Can we get a camera behind the players?
Can we understand what Doming, like, expression-wise? How do you play Granger when you get... We're back, folks.
We're back.
We're going back to the game, and ladies and gentlemen, thanks for being patient. Here
we're back.
Okay.
12 minutes in, about to be 13. Lord was already taken earlier. No baser is taken, but the top side baser is already really low. And SRG still have a 6,000 gold lead, so they built 1K over the course of the few minutes we were gone.
All right, Lord is up. SRG still in control. Nothing changed. I mean, that was quite the long ultimate from Hellcurt. That's not even in the game, but hey, we're back.
Long
Rora seems
ultimate
to somehow defend their base turrets at least, but now they're going to have to do it again with Lord security here for SRG. So we'll see. I don't know if they bought enough time, man, because, you know, part of this was where's the scaling for Dome and Kite? Is he going to be able to catch up? It looks like he did pick up the Sky Piercer, though. So after he went the Hunter Strike Sea Halberd in the middle of the fifth item, he goes the Sky Piercer. And if they hold on long enough, maybe that Sky Piercer, once it gets some stacks, might be able to change some of these fights.
See, the thing I would love to see right now is Doming Kite's actual stacks. Not the Sky Piercer stacks, but how many bullets he has, because the way Selangor Red Giants have been playing the entire game, it really feels like they've already taken out the biggest threat of a Granger in the late game, which is the scaling. He's died 3 times. He was denied so much gold. He's 2 levels down on enemy gold lane.
We'll see if this actually plays a part. They're going to be able to clear out that mid lane, but they still have to deal with the Lord up top.
They're going to crack this open now with the help of the Lord charge. And that's about it for now. Rora Gaming Philippines did a good job clearing out mid and bot, and now for SRG, They're going to have to wait for the next waves to come through. Lord will be cleared for free. Dominkai getting those stacks. You can already see them trying to funnel as much of those stacks to Domin.
Mid-wave push, Dominant Force drop down. They're going to initiate here. It looks like Edward taking a brunt of the damage, but they'll clear out the waves and maintain the mid-base turret. So Aurora Gaming Philippines, despite being down 7,000 gold, SRG still respecting what the potential could be there. We've seen it before where you fumble a 7,000 gold lead or 10,000 gold lead and things turn around. So right now they want to take the discipline route. Keep it safe if they can, but it looks like Mount Tracker is going to be used. And still, it's just Aurora Gaming trying to scrap up what they can. And Anti-Kras now picked up for Light. Maybe going to make his, maybe it'll allow him to stay alive a little bit longer once he's trying to get those kicks off. But also there's a whole lot of now magic damage and penetration that SRG is able to utilize because of the fact that you have the Divine Glaives to worry about and even that Holy Crystal Divine Glaive over here for the rest of the lineup. Now a little bit more defensiveness for SRG as well.
Let's take a look at the items here. Okay, so Innocent's already fully built up as well, and somehow, again, Dominkai, it's through those waves and the lures that they were given that they are able to actually climb back up, because I think it was a bigger lead earlier for Innocent, probably because he also died. So he's building towards that last item. I don't know if that's Blood Wings? I assume it is Blood Wings.
Blood Wings.
Potentially
Blood Wings. Not sure what else. But nonetheless, you got quite a bit of scaling. I mean, he's looking at Cram. He's got a Guardian Helm plus the Ice Queen Wand to go ahead and help slow down Reservoir Gaming Philippines once he jumps on in. And he's tanky enough to just soak up a lot of damage. So this Alice might be a problem. That's why Light's job right now is pretty difficult. You know, he's got to be able to go ahead and find a way. Not just find a way, but also provide the information that's needed here, because we're seeing how difficult it is for Demon Kite as well to make use of this leaderboard. Been such a strong hero pick throughout the M7 World Championship right now, but it looks like they want to go ahead and potentially contest this if they can find the angle they're looking for. Light swinging on around.
Whoa.
It's going to be a reset on the Lord, though.
Yeah, look at Yums. Rora trying to get control over Yums gets a really good flank here in the behind.
I know, low offline.
That's amount of shots from Yums has a position on Dominkai. Fear the Phoenix. Dominkai is gone in an instant, and now Rora's on the run.
But with those two kills as Yue fell as well, SRG gives the call. They want to push down the bottom lane.
That's the problem when you play a clean front to back. Yums doesn't care, and he cancels out the recall of Demon Kite. What a read by Yums! And there's no way Demon Kite can go for the 1v1 here. It's gonna be Innocent jumping over some force over on Edward. He's trying to buy some time. Light doing a good job at forcing the minions to the mid-turn, but he will fall.
Oh, they clear out the minions so they stay a little bit longer. Demon Kite still being chased down, and he just wants to buy enough time. You have Edward still alive, but can he delay this further?
Now it's Innocent again. Zaman Force coming out. Edward already used the Brave Spider. He's going to go down. And Selangor Red Giants are a game away from etching their names the region into the history books.
One more match.
SRG came out swinging once again in this game 3 against Aurora Gaming Philippines, and they made it look so good. Just a great performance. Again, synergy as well on display here from SRG. And you can see the faces here of Rora. They have a lot to consider with this one. From start to finish, just was not the way that they wanted to make things happen. And you gotta say, man, this was a composition, a draft, great things there, especially from Coach Arcadia to make this draft work. The range aspect of this and that dangerousness, as I like to call it, on dangerous grass, was so good here on display from minute 30 seconds into the game. And we look at the highlights through this. I mean, they just had full control and took what they wanted.
It's so beautiful because Yum started that off with the Power of Wilderness, and then they chained it together so well with the Fury of the Phoenix, and then Sky's Mountain Chakra, the nail in the coffin for Dominkai and Aurora in Game 3.
Such a great performance here once again from SRG. We're going to go ahead and throw it over the panel to break down this game, because there was a whole lot here that happened, and especially what we didn't see and what we did see. Let's throw it to the panel.
Again, what we did see is that SRG had all the vision in the world to work with. The Yi Senshin, the Zetian, and of course Humes being relentless with reading the rotations of Aurora. There's a cruel irony to it. It was a Zetian picked up by Aurora Turkey that helped deliver a major win for them in the beginning of their series against SRG. Now it's Stormy on a Zetian delivering a crucial victory for SRG. They now go to match point with a Zetian.
That's what I was saying earlier before this match even began. All the learnings that SRG needed, they took from last night. The hard-fought 5-game series against Aurora Turkey taught them a few things. And I was smelling it. There was something else besides the overabundant amount of vision. The reasoning as to why they were willing to give Rora the Granger and the carry was because they were planning for this all along. We're in dangerous grass. The Hilda is naturally going to be jumping into your face.
Yep.
They have the Zetian. They can set up these long-fought initiations from the Alice. And not to mention the Harrods. They were going to rotate towards the Harrods lane very early on.
I don't know, but I think I speak for a majority of Rora fans out there. I call espionage. I think that something is wrong here because, again, the vision is good, and I agree that the Dangerous Grass has not been Rora's favorite map because there's too many times where well, most of us would say, hey, that's a miscommunication. They literally couldn't see some people, and that's very frustrating to deal with, especially when you have a quote-unquote global vision composition on the opposite end.
Yeah. I feel like the Eve is just not working out for Aurora, mainly because SRG are willing to play into it. They really don't mind. The 2 games that we've seen Aurora play that Eve, SRG knew what to do, especially with the initial trade. Everything began, I feel like, because of the initial trade in the center when we started seeing the Cho and the Eve just struggle to handle the lane against the Zetian. The little missed time of Light decided to go elsewhere, of course, can't blame him for that. But Humes waiting in the bush, jumping onto UN, bringing that Eve down low, and then meaning that Stormy just dictates the tempo of the mid-trade.
That's the thing. I really believe that, especially at this level, there's a lot of fates, there's a lot of expectations when you start
Last match
Consider this. Consider that there's already Hilda on the opposite side. What's more likely to happen? That you would spot Hilda out in the river checking either maybe the orange, maybe the purple buff, or is he going to show up in the lane? That's the 50-50 risk that he takes when he walks up into these bushes. Although I will admit, Rora didn't do their due diligence. They should have void blasted into one of those bushes to kind of give you a rough idea of what was going to happen. But besides that, it then devolved into something else. Edward left on an island by himself. A majority of the fights happening towards the gold side of the map. And even then, Domeng got 0 action of that gold.
I think the whole situation...
On the way. Hello? Golf गरौँ न अन्त एकछिन रियाक्सन भिडियोहरु बनाइदिउँ म पनि अब एक समयमा त हरामी नै हो नि त अहिले पो छैन एक समयमा त हरामी हो नि मैं तो कपाल टाउको पर्ने रहेछ त्यही त निक्ल्यो हैन निकालेको भनौं एक प्रकारले अब मतलब एक प्रकारले भनेर नि स्कोपै थिएन हेरे इन्टरभ्यु हेरे त्यो उयो यावीहरु भन्ने पनि गएको छ त यावीहरु भन्ने पनि हैन त्यो यावी भन्ने थियो नि खै फिलिपिनो नै होला तिनीहरु पनि त गएको छ त्यो एउटा छ नि डगी भन्ने एउटा त्यो मान्छेहरु पनि एचओकेमा गएको रहेछ बिटिकाले यस्तो गर्यो अब हामीलाई पनि किन भनेर त्यस्तो गएको जस्तो लाग्यो साथीहरु हो भनेर त्यस्तो टाइपको के थियो दारी बेसी हो त्यो मेरो त कन्ट्र्याक्टमा के थियो भन्दै थियो हैन को आएको छ हेलो हेलो व्यूअर्स कोई है व्यूइंग चैनल पे बात करने के लिए आओ मेरो कपाल भएन ज्यामा लाउने यो हेडफोन डेन्ट त भेट्दिन होला नि मैले त हो र हल्का त हल्का छ यो कम्फी त कम्फी नै रहेछ त्यही त क्या करे के भन्दैछ
Yesterday, this metagame demands perfection. You slip up on one thing, it crumbles the rest of your game plan. Everything else becomes so much harder, which is why yesterday, and for the longest time, we've been putting so much importance in the mid-trio trading. How Roam and mid handle their lanes, play around their shrubs, it's important. You slip up and then you lose, especially up against a Zetian. Zetian is that pick that we've discussed before that, yeah, if she's not getting wins, she's pretty much just there. Great ultimate, cool, vision, very nice. But when she's winning, you felt the pain.
And here's the thing, SRG won against a Zetian. Well, they played away from the Zetian and didn't even have to ban it. So I'm hoping that Aurora go into game number 4 here without that sense of panic, which is, again, some would argue, what really took down Indonesia's champions earlier in tonight's broadcast. So I'm hoping that Rora look into this and say, yeah, it's not the Zetian, but something else entirely. The Zetian was just part of the symptoms, not the true disease that needs to be cured. In my opinion, what needs to be cured here and the real thing that's ailing is the fact that they're not dancing, putting down. They're disrespecting, again, this mid-trio economy of the jungle, if you will. They're not thinking, oh, this is the kind of threats I'm going to be facing. I need to be prepared for it.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of it just comes down to just finding first positions, right? Because so far, based on what we've seen in these games, SRG are the ones moving out of their lanes first, being able to position right on top of the Lord in ideal spots without having to maintain too much aggro from this neutral objective. Rora, on the other hand, actually don't mind their opponent sitting on top of it, but then who are the big hitters, right? Lapu Lapu wasn't in a majority of these fights, and by the time it actually happened, that's when SRG can make a very cool, calm, collected decision of we back away, we take a pick, we come back in the fight once more.
Ooh, I want to play a little game here. Just thought about. Gideon, can you hold this?
I got it.
Mirko, could you pass us? Could you pass us that hammer there? Okay, nice who heard me and said, nice. So could you pass me that hammer real quick? Just throw it. Just throw it.
Hammer me.
I'll catch it. I'll catch it.
Hammer me on this
It's scary. Okay, first, real quick.
Yeah,
This might be a little bit spicy, but should we just go back to the Lunox? If you agree, slam it down. You want the Lunox back?
I think the Lunox is the safest way to go because it has a safe landing phase, it's got great scaling, it does everything that you want while still having playmaking capabilities that isn't instantly punishable.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's all in on the Lunox. That's why I did not immediately go. I think there are other solutions.
All right. Actually, I just got word that we still do have footage of the 3 minutes that we missed out on. So we're going to go back to that. Are we going to end up casting the missing 3 minutes?
Maybe.
Will we?
We'll see. Let's just break it down first, all right? We don't know what to expect here. So this was the missing 3 minutes, right? And we're going to follow Yums because, again, once again, I'm pretty sure he's going to be the MVP by the end of this, but mainly the way that he opens up the map. And we look at the mini-map as well, we have a very good idea because what the heck? Where is Light in all of this?
He's doing the old Light signature flank. Again, that's one of the few ways you can win an unwinnable match is if you find an unfair pickoff, but Yums wasn't having any of it.
Yeah. Of course, just to remind everyone who may have just hopped onto the stream now, this is the 3 minutes that we were not able to witness. Again, it did not affect tournament integrity and the play of the players, just us who saw it. So now we get to see that missing 3 minutes and this Lord fight that did go to SRG. So with what I'm seeing here, Innocent and Sakai's were unbothered. All the zoning provided by the Alice just gave so much value for them. Edward got close though.
I mean, he's kind of close, but look at the back. Like, Hilda's getting absolutely beat down while this is all going, while this is all happening, right? Even Light gets back into the middle of the fight despite getting chunked out by Yums early on in the matchup. So I think this is where we saw that Lord take, and then almost immediately after, there should be a 2-for-1 trade at some point.
There was, we saw it, it was
यो त अहिले फेरि
Yums
गोल्डन फाइटरमा चल्दैछ
It should be Yue for Harith and Hilda.
That's another one then.
Yeah.
Look, we're about to get to that point, but for now it's all SRG. So this is what, the first minute elapsed.
Okay. As we're watching this footage, I think
यिनीहरुको फेरि अर्कै उदिन्छ यिनीहरुले पहिला पहिलाको भिडियोहरु डिलिट गर्यो होला
गरेको छैन होला किन गर्छ
कहिले 5 महिना कति महिना भयो दिनहरु छोडेको ए अनिक भर्सेस अल्टर इगो रहेछ त्यो एमपीएल आईडी वाच पार्टी
M7 को चाहिँ गरेन क्या योपालि तिनीहरुले है
के गर्छ हो जा अन्त किन प्रमोट गरिरहनु यहाँबाट छोडेको रहेछ एमपीएल यो पनि सर्ट उयो नै रहेछ कुन चाहिँ एमएल हो यो पनि यो चाहिँ हैन एमएल यो चाहिँ हैन एमएल बीजीमा हान्नुपर्छ सर एउटा म्याच हेरिहालौँ भनेर हौ आउन डिस्कर्ड आउन गफ गर्दै
Scoured the entire bottom side before they even use any of the global ults.
and that was a great formation with how they entered. It was sort of like a pincer as well. They were coming in from all directions. Okay, another spicy question. Sora, Freya, and CC, we were happy about those bans. But considering this is dangerous grass and knowing the tendencies of SRG, should Aurora Gaming PH have banned the Hilda instead?
I want to say yes so bad. You are putting me on the edge with these hard questions. I don't think so. I don't think so.
Yes, I think there was a way to play around it. And again, by maybe investing in some modicum of vision, that would have been possible. I don't know if the answer is, you know, putting the usage into the hands of...
SRG र अरोरा
कसले उठाउँछ जस्तो छ यो पालि चाहिँ
खतरा खेल्दैछ एसआरजी खतरा खेल्दै जस्तो लाग्यो को छ मैले त हेरेको छु
नेपाली एसआरजी छ टप कन्टेन्डर त
अल्टरीको खेल्दै थियो तिनीहरु पनि शटडाउन भयो अस्ति हरामी खेल्दै तिनीहरु पनि ओ सर आज अमंग अस भनेको हैन
छैन 26 जना त्यो त हराइराछ केटाहरु मैले हालेको थिए कि पोल हालेको थिए केटाहरुकोमा नभ्याउने अरे केटाहरुले
मैले हालेको पोलमा चाहिँ कसले भोट हान्यो बट टाइम लाग्छ अरे नो दुईटा नो एउटा यस
सरको आज झाक्री उयो गर्दै रहेछ नि त
के गर्दै रहेछ
झाक्री पूजा
छ घरमा अलिक ढिलो हुन्छ
उयसको बनीको
नयाँ हेडफोन किने नि सर हेर न
कुन चाहिँ हो यो
ब्याराकुडा एक्स अरे हो
रेजरको हो मजाको हुन्छ रेजरको साउन्ड त तर
मजाको लागि त बट त्यो प्रपर अडियो फाइल हुन्छ नि त्यस्तोको चाहिँ लागेन म्युजिकहरु सुन्दा चाहिँ त्यस्तो लागेन आइएम त मन पर्दैन हेडफोनै चाहियो नि त मलाई किनिदिइरहेछौ नोइज क्यान्सलेसन पनि हुन्छ त्यसमा हुन्छ नि है एकैछिन कल आयो
Aurora a lot of openings. So now let's see what opening Aurora will get to fight in this draft, the crucial draft, as SRG are 1 game win away from sending Malaysia to their first ever M Series Grand Finals. We go into Flying Cloud, and I'm sure that's going to change the picture of the draft, and this might end up becoming longer games as teams in the M7 World Championship want to play a little bit more cautiously and a little bit more aware with the risks of being overly aggressive with Flying Clouds active. Aurora still in the blue side, still the same bans.
Feels like Rora's just happy that it's like not dangerous grass anymore. There's just a couple of things that you don't have to worry about, but they still need to get rid of this hill though, because let me tell you, that Yums was really frustrating, right? Every little mistake you make, Yums, it amplifies it unnecessarily from Rora's POV, but that allows SRG to have more time to rotate, more time to steal away caps from Demon Kite.
So then now, is it worth it to go for the ultimate risk? If you say that Yums is one of the more annoying pieces of the SRG lineup to deal with, do you just take his Cho away?
I mean, I don't know. Give him his Cho. We'll play Kalia again, right? We want to replicate game 1.
I think it would be valid to give away the Cho if you're playing utility. Because that gives him what? Less targets, less valid targets at that. So for Aurora, I wouldn't say taking the Cho away by picking it now, because you still have that Eve.
Yeah.
But are they going to die on that hill? That's the question. Is it worth it to go again? Fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice. Wait, we're past that, never mind. It's happened already.
Aurora might even be willing to give the Eve Kalia, because Aurora played an Eve Kalia and they struggled with it. Oh, they go for the Yuzhong.
It's time. Edward wants to put his stamp on that world stage.
It's been a while since you've seen a first pick Yuzhong.
Yeah.
I'm struggling to find the thread. This is 5v chess.
Yeah, I'm trying to go back to when I think it was literally Swiss Stage Day 5.
Kill him,
It was Team Liquid PH versus Young God Galactico. No. A little bit sooner. We saw it in the knockouts. Yeah, Aurora Gaming PH versus Team Liquid PH. Okay. So they go Cho. As expected, Yums will end up with it. The last time Aurora Gaming PH first picked the Yuzhong,
Dragon Force
they went Cho Kimmy to pair up with it.
सुरु भयो
Would I be okay with that? Because at the end of the day, right? When you see Yishin Shin on the opposite side, especially from SRG, how do we deal with it? A lot of it just boils down to taking away his farm, really accentuating the fact that you need a lot of economy to make this work. And now that Rora are now looking to play a utility jungler on top of this Yuzhong, they need to have mega support. And now their side laners are prioritized here.
Okay, good to see Aurora adjust to that. They put Fredrin into the hands of Demon Kite. And the Granger, I think they're just going for that easily accessible early damage output. And then just seeing the coast is clear, like there's no Claude, no Freya, no Sora. There's a CC still though.
Aurora decided to just lean in already, picking up the Granger this early on. There's so many ways how the SRG can beat this. It's their decision.
कहाँ भएको थियो सपना सुमन त दार्जिलिङ कि कहाँनिर आएको
भइदियो
जन राई
त्यसको बादमा पूर्ण राईको बादमा फेरि जन राई सब भ्याइदिएर आइसक्यो
So many responses to this Granger. That's what I'm worried about.
I know, but at the same time, it's like, why would you open with the Cho Yishin knowing, especially seeing the Yuzong, especially knowing that you could easily kind of pivot your composition to play it in a more earnest style, right? Go back into the Leomord once again, maybe arguably there's even a Boxia opening for you as well. Knowing Sakai's, yes, he doesn't want to go Boxia, sure, but the Leomord...
prioritize
I'll utility where all you
SRG do not need to have to worry about this gold lane trade. They have to worry more about the mid lane trade. And I feel like they could have had more cards of value with if they put their mid laner at red 3, then just change the bans around so that it's a bit more favor for them towards the matchup.
I think they just rather win whatever comes through. They're giving Rora the onus, the responsibility. Hey, what are you letting through in mid, or else we pick the best one that's left at red 4. But yeah, this doesn't answer the question of why the sudden
Fandom War पनि अलिक उयो भएछ ब्यालेन्स भएछ
Well, Fandom War is up when you type in your answer to the question of who will win this series, Rora versus SRG. See the Selangor Red Giants fans leading the charge right now. Type down your predictions for the upcoming picks that will be shown by these two.
Literally,
like a Toiger.
That's a Malaysian national animal.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Like a Malaysian Toiger.
They call it the Harimau Malaya.
TSRO यसको त त्यस्तो भइदैन
All right, one more ban here. SRG, they have to make a bet. Do we ban one mid? Or do we just let it all out in the wild? Both
Granger
picks.
They understand. So instead of tackling the mid laner, they tackle the roam pick. Which now with the hill, they're going to end up playing something slower, like well, the Gacha is going to be open for them. Kalea is also still open. Hylos.
In case you really just want to find that Parrot, find that Yushin, find whatever they put in mid.
I still would want Rora to just double down on Kalea Lunox. Again, it worked out for them earlier, and it worked out earlier in the day as well.
Yeah, I think it does work, but I think Coach Ark has kind of recognized the pattern here, right? Again, this is the first time that we're seeing so many light bans in the second phase. Usually they would aim it elsewhere, knowing that UA is going to be the usual for Rora in the first place, right? So I think that SRG, especially for Coach Ark, you see these first 3 picks in well, Rora, they're looking to play comfort. Let's take away the comfort picks. We're already in our head.
Mid-range. I don't think Aurora will, at this
late
in the
will
bring back an old combo and Mathilda Fred. They got the speed, but it might just be too risky. They might just have to settle for something like a Gatot or Kalea.
You gotta have that range fixed up. And by doing that, you put the Farsa in extra trouble. You have a Black Dragon in disguise. So if that's an Eve, where you put in light...
Start by match, start by.
Does it have to be Kalea?
Kalea, Hylos, Gatot.
यसमै
In terms of the picks that we've seen, so Kimmy, as expected, the Mathilda will not work here. So yeah,
wow, Eve gets snubbed.
Yeah.
Realme sponsor गरेको कि यिनीलाई
The
Interesting that they want to go. Alright, so yes, like you mentioned before in Game 3, we were looking for bridges, right? And Kimmy did inevitably get banned in that game as well. So this time round, UA really has to do a lot of good work here. Because again, you're facing a Joe in the lane itself, which is hard enough. Luckily, this time, Light can't get punished that hard on the high loss.
So the last pick here, it's going to be going to the EXP lane. What's Cram going to end up with? Usually we've seen something just back up the Uranus and just go, let's just have a body to hold. But then the Kimmy, the Granger, the Yuzong, because Uranus is one of those guys that really don't care. He's like, okay, I'm just going to be here, sandbag, it's fine.
Just needs a shred, right?
Yeah. Oh.
Works as well. I like this a lot because now Fredrin is going to struggle to fight for these neutrals.
Oh.
A clear go signal if the Fredrin is standing your way, that Kimmy and the Granger's positioning is compromised. Oh, we're gonna see Patrick Star.
The Fredrin पनि खेल्दो रहेछ त है
As a Filipino, I'm going to say it's going to hurt if SRG wins this and we
म
lose
त
to
assassin
Patrick.
मात्रै खेल्ने
And to see the Malaysians go first to the grand finals,
सरको
but it
PC
is
चाहिँ बन्ने कि
a
बन्दैन
perfect
सर
pick to round it out. Real quick,
मेरो छैन नि
Gideon,
सर PC
SRG or Aurora?
I think the SRG need to win their lanes. If they win the lanes, they will win the game.
कुनै के भएको थियो भन्दै
This
थियो
is
होइन
a perfect last pick just to ruin
अहिले ल्यापटप छ
what
हो
Aurora set
दुईटा
up in
ल्यापटप
5
छ
picks.
एउटा विन्डोज र एउटा म्याक
I think Aurora
Macमा
SRG
streaming.
got this. Aurora's trembling.
विन्डोजमा
Will it be a
च्याटहरु
caster's bless or
हालिदिरहेको
a
छु
caster's curse? Will it be SRG sending Malaysia to their first
Game
M-Series
खेल्नु
grand
पर्यो
finals?
Windows मा
Or
अलिकति।
will Aurora force
कस्तो
a
दामी
game
खेल्नु।
number 5? We
Valo.
are getting closer to history
Valo.
with Mirko and Naisu to help tell the story.
उयो हुँदैन नि त फेरि म स्ट्रिमिङ पनि गरौँ हल्का भन्दै थिएँ होइन
The Patrick
पिसी गेम्सहरु
Star
स्टोरी
What
मोडहरु
in a potentially
भुइँदिँदैन नि
last
त
match.
उयो
Oh my God, it's him.
सपोर्ट
It's him.
गरिदिँदैन रहेछ
What
नि
better way to get to the grand final for the first time for Malaysia?
खतरा छ
With
नि
that skin,
Time
best in the
pass
game
खेल्नु
now.
न त
Mirko.
Valo
Oh my
हरू।
God, guys,
Time
no
pass
way. This is
भन्दा
30.
हाल्नु
You
त
pick up the
हालिरहेछु
glue
मैले।
when you go level 1 invade.
Yeah.
He's going to go for it as well. He's going to bait out the retribution.
Done it.
Team make out with the red sheet already. They don't know it's happening.
गयो Valo।
Grand Theft Orange
भयो
level
यहाँ
1 Skies.
Now YSS
Gets
हो,
started
YSS
by
ले
light.
खाइदिएको
So
छ,
at least
great।
there's a bit of... Oh my God.
वाइएसएसले सिधै रेड खाइदिएको रहेछ
But now what happens? Where does Demon
झन्डै मारे पनि
He's
हाइलोसलाई
cooked either way. He just goes lethal. He knows he's cooked. There's no orange buff. He knows it. So he's
Sitta
going to
गयो
go ahead
है।
and just keep things under
गयो
control, right? He's just going to go ahead
देखिन हौ मैले
and just
घन्टा
admit,
एकछिन
all right, I lost.
अलिकति रिवाइन्ड
In case you really
The grand finals, but Aurora. First, will it be Aurora?
Trembling as well.
चाउले
Going
देखाइदियो
against
होला नि त।
the Patrick Star in a
चाउ
potentially
अगला
last
यस्तो
match
गरेर
here. Oh my
गरिदिएको
God,
रहेछ
it's him.
नि
It's him. Best skin in the game now, Mirko. Oh my God.
कोसिक थियो नि रेड
He's
ट्रिप
going to go
गर्ने
for
नि
it as well. He's going to bait out the retribution. Team make out with the red sheet already. They don't know it's happening. Grand Theft Orange level 1 Sky goes lethal a bit faster than the Fredrin, and you're just going to have to deal with it.
ग्रेन्जरको यो स्किन पनि दामी
Priority
लाग्छ।
for Edward could
यो भन्दा म
change
त्यो उयो वाला यही वाला है
early
तर
skirmishes that might even
यही
bring
त हो।
up
यो
the
चाहिँ
hurdle.
Prime,
As
prime.
you can see just how much focus right
Adi
now is
Gallo,
on
Adi
Demon Knight to
Gallo.
get his side of the jungle
Dami
after
छ नि।
losing that orange buff. Yeah, but Sky
मैले अहिले किन
still
नि
3 buff
पुग्छ।
start. It might be level 5 by the time the turtle spawns.
है?
कति छ
कति छ?
तपाईँको लेभल कति छ
Up top, yeah, he's taking it slow.
तर आउँछ हौ
Doesn't look like they're in any rush.
बिचमा
Wow, for
बोनस
what you want
उयो।
over on Innocent.
आउन आँट्यो यो
Lead the gang
तपाईँ
up
पछि
for the
हुन्छ
Mount Jungle as well.
पार्टी पुरा
Gonna
पाउँछ
make the wrong call. It's a free kill.
मोरे नि
Almost
ग्रेन्जर
a
माने
triple.
ट्राई चाहिँ
He
गरिदिएको
stands
थियो
tall.
भने।
Okay, he stands tall. The fight for the turtle. They're gonna go for it anyway.
अम्बो ड्रागनलाई मारेको देख्यो
Is
त
slain by a storm.
Ani.
Yes,
Fatalio,
still
है?
get the turtle for Aurora Gaming, but you lost 2
Turtle
of the
चाहिँ पायो।
खाइदिएको
Make
एउटा
it 3.
ब्लू
The purple buff counts as well. Sky
Shade
gets
हेर न
entry,
turtle
and he
को लागि।
gets it despite it being a bit
अम्बो
short.
ब्लू पनि उडाइदिएछ।
What just happened? I mean, the aggression
दुईटा
from
बडी
Golden
र एउटा
Knight.
ब्लू ट्रेड
Maybe he
गरिदिएको
just wanted to
टोटलको
go
लागि।
for the solo kill, but then, you know, with a flicker
आयो
down, by the way, he then gets caught in the
Late game
lane.
to
They make a
सक्नु
play up top.
आम्बो
I'm surprised at how fast Edward even went down, but that's the damage.
Alright.
Like this from Stormy. Uh-oh, the pull
Alright,
into
combo
under
हेर।
airstrike range.
हेभी खेलेको दुईजनाले।
0-2-0. Dude, Stormy is locked in.
प्याट्रिकले
Got his
पड्कायो।
close up. The Prodigy right now on this
Who
pick
did
is
this? Oh,
just
SRG.
making it happen. 2-0 right now early on. You're scaling already in
1K
good
को lead।
control of the early game.
थ्रेडिन पो खेलेको त
SRG
है
has everything happening across the map.
ग्रेन्जरले खाइदियो।
फेरि त्यही हो ग्रान्जर
Taking
ग्रान्जर र
the
हेरिट
buff,
परेछ त फेरि
continuously putting pressure on Demon
मेरो
Knight.
41 रहेछ
You're
यो
winning the lane up top,
Dragon
winning bottom.
अम्बो
On to go
बाँच्यो
again.
बाँच्यो
Oh,
ड्रागन
Edward.
मऱ्यो
Great read on the fierce dive, but again, it's going to be the
ड्रागनको
all-out
बिजोग
twin
गरेको हेर न हौ
0-3
केटा
is
हो।
Edward.
ड्रागनलाई
Will fall
बचाउन
again. The
आउनु
top
नयाँ
jungle
नयाँ
is
नयाँ
perfect from Selangor
4v1
Red
भइदियो
Giants,
बिचरा
and they've taken the dragon out of the
एउटा लेन
equation.
खानु पनि पाइदिएको
The
छैन
Dragon,
तिनीहरूले तर
Agent
भन्छ।
Zero, Mr. Consistent, throw all the names out there. SRG is handling him. Edison might be next.
पेट पेरिफे गरेर
पेट्रिफाई गर्नु पड्किन्छ होला र पनि।
To at least get a kill back, but look at the turret down below.
बटलिन त पुस हानिसकेछ अन्त।
They had to get some.
ड्रागन 0-3-0 भइदिरहेछ
ऊ यहाँ पोस्टिदिएको प्याट्रिक।
on all fronts of the map. And so at least they make a play there. They have to go ahead
त्यसको
and
स्किन
kind
त
of
साह्रै
slow this
दिल्लो
down.
घिचाउ
The
घन्टा
Giants
ब्लूको।
literally are already coming into this game.
हार्साले
trampling
एम्बुस
around,
गरिदिएको हेर न
taking
ड्रागनलाई।
what they want. And they continue to do so. Edward's gonna have to play catch up.
Oi, oi,
Oh,
oi,
he's gonna buy.
oi,
Oh
oi,
my goodness!
ओइ ओइ आइदिएको होइन
All right, Goose is what a risk taker. He's risk taking because he's ahead like the way he is, man. Fight for the turtle.
Tries to go in. That's the way the Giants
go
away
and the mount down as well from Patrick, aka Cram. It's an all-in over on Demon Kai. Big bomb on Yums. Don't get the shot down. Traction pulls. Pulled back in, and he's going to go down
Patrick
to
Monteo.
Edward. All right, he pops the Black Dragon form, but I don't think there's going to be any follow-through, just checking things out.
Mage ढिलो भइदियो भर्खर चाहिँ SRG को
Mage stand देखेन उयो गरेको
So with that,
Dragonलाई
it's a great swing back in favor of Rora Gaming Philippines, but it's not in there entirely just yet. But that will be some crucial gold and pickups that they needed to go into the right hands here.
Gold's back to level on the board. Domenkai with the gold crab here. Certainly it will be... Whoa! 1,000 gold lead for Domenkai in the gold lane.
Dude, he knows that he's going to be a big part of turning this around. Look at that.
And then
early first item, chastised Pauldron, picked up now for Demon Kite, starting inside over here for Innocent.
Combo.
No, Yums.
Ranger down. Ranger down.
Yums takes him out. That 1,000 gold lead was too much.
Loader is your casterको voice.
No, not
1,000 gold lead.
His play-making ability throughout this series have been so good. Edward, okay,
Dragon को बिचोक गरेको हेर न
tier 2
हो
turret. Oh
Bang
actually will fall here. And Rora will lose more crucial real estate on the map right now. This kind of lineup too needs some time to cook, but them that many opportunities. Just to force Stormy out of here, man. Stormy. Like I said, I don't know what today, but he has locked in throughout the series. Even though he's 2-0, I mean, think about how much damage he's doing. I'm not going to see the damage meter just yet, but he's definitely at the top. Feather Dragon Strikes are hurting. There is locked in for Domenkai. Much earlier this time in this game than the last one. So we'll see if he's able to build up the stacks that he needs here.
It really is going to be all on Domeng and UA.
For the
backliners. The thing is, though, SRG can attack from so many different angles, and your front line is going to be brought to SRG's burst or away from the backliners of Rora. Yums in the front, Demon Cat with a two-man taunt now onto Cram and Yums, but it's Cram popping in the pass, now goes in for the slam. Over on Demon Kite, puts the stacks on him. Remember, he can go for the mount down on him. So that's a big problem. Black Dragon form already used. Turtle gonna be very, very low, but Cram pops in a pass again. Sky's gonna be zoned away by the Black Dragon form as Yums rotates over. Appraiser's Ram with Retribution secures the turtle. But it seems SRG don't even want to fight.
That's quite interesting that they didn't want to. I guess they just didn't have the favored position that they wanted. Because they definitely could have started the fight, but they end up giving over that turtle, essentially allowing Rora Gaming Philippines to buy a little more time. The purple buff is up. Yums is there providing that information, but they'll actually be able to secure this one. Demon Kite getting a little bit more tanky. Now, pathway dropped down. They're going to chase down Stormy.
No flicker earlier. The peel coming through, but Stormy's going to be gunned down by Yue. And now it's Cram looking for the play onto Light. Not going to happen. Innocent in the bottom lane.
Right now, Rora Gaming Philippines is choosing these little ones across the map, giving Demon Kite some confidence to go ahead and start invading this side of the jungle if he can, forcing Sakai's back. Looks like they go for it. Yums in trouble, can't get away, it's too much. Crowd control, and there you go, a kill going to Domenkai.
Big stack. It's just 10, but it's a build right now for Rora. It's a slow build for them. If they can constantly get these small wins, it will build up. That 10 stacks will help him execute even more, and the gold lead now is back to 1,000 between the gold laners, despite the fact that Innocent was sent down below to soak in as much farm as possible.
Yeah, oh man, you can see this too. It just, the way that things started for SRG is not the case anymore. Rora Gaming Philippines really itemized for that. They now have got a couple of defensive magic items as well. Aegis over here for Edward. He's dealt with the brunt of the early game struggles, so he's going to be able to survive some of that damage from Stormy, and then also you have the Radiant Armor now for Demon Kite too. So, and a Malefic Roar over for Domenkai. So that's why his damage is starting to be felt by those front lines, especially when Yums tries to set it up for Cram, for example. So it's a good adjustment for Rora Gaming. They still have a lot to cover. Wow, look at the what's talking about, man. After that Malefic Roar was picked up, even Cram has to be a little careful in how he approaches this.
Yeah, okay, so Cram only has the cursed helmet and the brute force breastplate. So Now we understand why it's doing so much damage. There's literally only a brute force breastplate with, again, minimal physical defense versus the Melfic Roar of the Granger. Domenkite in this position. Divine Blade picked up though for Stormy.
Okay, Lord's up here, half health right now. Krim making his way as well. SRG and full force, traction pulse.
Only on Scraps.
Granger.
Coming down to the UA right there, but he's able to escape. Now the sun comes in and Domen! He's able to get the shot now. Petrifying the first time now. Sky's going to be able to get the peel from Yum. He's able to go for the traces now. As Innocent jumps around with his Amon Force on Light.
Oh, Light's going to be in trouble. He's trying to get away with the rest of the team. They're so low here, but Cram leading the charge. Does Yum go forward? No. They trade it out again. As Stormy went down, Lord secured though by Aurora Gaming Philippines and another stack to Domenkite.
I've never seen a Dragon go 0-3 and be this useful, bro. Edward is having an amazing performance despite the early deaths. Yes, it looks bad in KD, but over the course of the last 3 team fights, he's been more useful than Cram on the glue, which is surprising.
That is the nature of XP laners. Glorious Pathway dropped down. Okay, Demonkite won't catch him with the Energy Eruption, but as I was saying, man, the XP laners, that's their job. I feel like they are the ones getting pushed around, beat up a lot in these matches, but still the use of them is really what it comes down to. So even if you have a rough start, you can still be quite useful for a team. This Lord's gonna go ahead and charge in up top. A good check with that feathered airstrike. So that turret actually might not go down unless that, okay, that Lord doesn't get that last swing in. So not too much off the Lord. But what it does do, essentially, is allow Aurora Gaming this window. They might even just go for a tier 1 turret as they do. They know they don't want to take these fights just yet. It's more so about opening the map, getting that real estate to move around the map.
3 turrets left and right. Aurora Gaming Philippines really punishing Selangor Red Giants for, I would say, hesitating a couple of times during the turtle fights. Again, not wanting to go in, not wanting to take the risk, wanting to build on their lead further instead. And it has only given Aurora more time to scale up with a Granger and a Kimmy.
यही मोड त छैन त स्टोरमा
SRG, even if Cram goes for the mountdown now, they don't actually have enough damage to burst through the Fredrin.
This is why the power spikes are always so important.
Oh, whoa. Skies?
and
he gets caught for it. Everything
देख्यौ त एसआरजी ले जितेर भनेर
हो गर्दैछ त यिनीहरुले त
एसआरजी ले जितेर भनेर देख्यौ रिग्दो
Why was Skies there?
I don't know if he just didn't
Why
have
he should
the
be seen
त्यसले
जानी जानी गरेको जस्तो लाग्यो मलाई भर्खर YSSB
कामै छैन त्यो जंगलमा जाने त्यसको
भयो मलाई त एपिसी बीजेमा
जानी गएको जस्तो
is now picking up turrets on the right. Tier 2 falling for free.
Being useful as can be. Also has a chastised Pauldron now too.
भर्खर त्यो चाहिँ अलिकति
A little bit. Little feathered airstrike drop down. They want this tier 2 turret.
Cancelled by Lion on the feather airstrike in the bottom lane. It's 1v1 between the XP laners, but again, in the mid lane, it is a free turret to Aurora. We just keep on getting these freebies.
ए बट त खाली बज्यो त फेरि
Is what
त्यस्तो
Aurora
लिड
Gaming
थियो
Philippines is doing. They knew they had to play from behind, especially in the early game. They've made the adjustments up to this point. They put themselves in a very good position to go ahead and take this Lord and start marching towards a potential
बिचारा यो
game
फ्रेडले
five.
हेर्दा
Still
मलाई चाहिँ
early.
याद आउँछ
SRG can still turn a fight around.
One
They
trip
have
here,
everything they
isn't it?
need. You can see the positioning here. It's all about that target acquisition.
YSS ले बनाएको हो नि त है ब्ल्याकलिस्ट लाई
SRG, the fight for the space around the Lord.
त्यसले
will
YSS
break out
खेल्दैन
here.
त्यो है
Half health
ए
right
नै
now.
हो का सेभरले पो पड्काको
He's
त
still in the mid lane though.
सेभरले हो
सेभर हाइपर गरेर पड्कायो क्या
वान ट्रिप
चारटा चारटा
रजर पनि खेल्थे है त्यो
बालमोन्टले पड्काको
ड्रागनले खाइदियो
Steals the Lord, and he goes on Skies now. He's able to get the
Dragon
rolls
Lady
going
shoot
in
it.
time. But Edward wants
मलाई
to
बेसी
1v1
हेपी छैन भन्दैछ उ
Traceless isn't forward. You is gonna go for the chase and Skies. He's trapped all alone against 3. It'll be Edward who walks up and he gets the kill onto Skies.
Skies goes down, Yooms as well, and Edwards secures the Lord. And now Aurora Gaming Philippines with a massive
क्या हो
swing
गया
of favor will head to the base
गेम त पलट
of
गया
SRG. They still
अडेको
have
है जामा
a
लाउने
great defense, but can they keep it
असम
together?
भनेको त्यो
Let's see if
झगडाको
airstrike coming out on UA. He's able to flick around at the glorious pathway as Light gets mounted down and brought back into the
glue
crystal, but
lane,
Innocent's
keep it
holding it.
And they go light.
Even not on, they go back.
They still have to fight. Yooms is back up.
रिग्ड हो नि त्यसो तल लाइभ च्याटमा
Again now, solo Domain. Leaving a shot, can't find the last one. Yooms, G Kundo forward.
जितकुन फेडरल लाई खेल्थ्यौ
defend their base, but it cost
Stake मा छ
them
त दा
two
यो
big
के भन्छ
structures.
त्यसलाई
It
स्टेक मा
was messy
बेटिङ
and
गर्ने
bloody, but still
छ त
SRG
यसको
will stay in this game. They
Guess going
lost
to
a
Paulina
lot of the
Kiko
base
stake
turrets,
गर्नु
holding on to just one. But
Guess
Aurora Gaming Philippines just showing,
अस्ति
you know,
गेस
if they
गर्न
want to
जाट्ठा
go
यो
for a
टिएल र
fight,
अनिकलाई
they're able to
खाइदियो
go
नि
ahead
मेरो
and take it. If they want to find the round, the objectives now, they
तिमीले
can
अस्ति
take
पठाएको
that as
त्यो
well.
म त बेसी चलाउँदिन त
Events here for
उयो हो
Demon Kite.
Patrick देखा
He's
देखा
been
हेर्नु
nearly
न
unkillable. Yeah,
त्यो
he
त्यो
lost some of his
के भन्छ
jungle in the
त्यसलाई
early
ड्रागन
game.
टाइगर खेलेको थिएँ मैले
But there's been
ए
no
होइन यो
answer.
एमएल
Philip
होइन
प्याट्रिक हेर
को
नगेडा
Edward as well. He's
I
got
am as well.
defensive
Patrick
items
देखा
enough now to
ओ
just kind
देखा
of throw
देखा
himself forward, and that is all allowing
एडभर्टिजमेन्ट
Kite
गरिदिँदैछ
Patrick
सर
Demon
स्किन
Kite to space. Oh, there's the energy eruption.
प्याट्रिक
Oh no,
कुदेर
Cramp's gonna be
हैन
left all alone. He pops in a pass, and flickers out. That
लु
means
चाहिँ कसो त्यस्तो गरेको
Su
म्युट
battle
भइदियो
spells,
ओ
nice Su. Yeah, down. Two battle spells out of the equation right now. Now they still have plenty of time before that Lord
तिमी
comes
मेज
up.
भएर पनि
So those
नछोएको
battle
आम्बो
spells should be available.
फार्छ
But
छ
तिमीले
the
त मेज
cooldowns on
गर्नु
the ultimates are going to come up faster. You can count on Aurora Gaming Philippines to try to potentially get a pick off. You can see the difference here between the lanes. A Holy Crystal now online and available for UA. So he is going to hurt even more. But look at the difference of the gold lane. Innocent has definitely struggled on this Harith pick in being able to be utilized with the fights. Mostly dropping trying to turn the tide, but it just seems like a big portion of the damage has been providing that vision on light. Just gonna check things out. They want to go ahead and take this purple off. And the control is gone for Selangor Red Giants.
साले एन्टी हिलै हाल्दैछ सो
The map's blue. The 16-minute mark of game number 4. From the start, it really looked like, okay, it was going to be Selangor Red Giants' game for sure, right? A level 1 orange buff take. Oh, another airstrike onto Doming. Now Sky's going to go for the chase as well. Instant flicker from Doming. He saw the invisible Cho, and he reacted. Now that's an even bigger spell to lose out before a Lord fight. Your main man. Oh, man, that's actually big to not have that flicker available. And you can't just wait a minute to be back up. So now Doming Kite, they're going to be pressured into this fight once again. Whereas Yums and Sakai are going to go here. Light is also on this
मिड गेम देखिनको त न्यू जस्तो झर्दिन्छ त घन्टा फार्साको त पड्क्यो होला है त्यो
Go for the sun. Go for sun. Where does Stormy go? He's able to flicker up and again. That's what they were looking for. They were only just trying to look for the flicker. It was just a feint. It was a threat right there. They're like, Doming Kite doesn't have his, now Stormy doesn't have his flicker. Yes, sir. It's fine. Now it's level. Oh, right now, the Lord still up. Half health. Demon Kite holding it up alongside Cram. What are they going to do here? Stormy as well.
Reset Lord.
Sakai's still up on the wings in the mid lane. They're going to have to force something here. Black Dragon from as well. Demon Kite still holding on to the Lord. This looks really, really good. Again, the zoning coming in from Edward. He jumps in with the petrify as well.
Reset
Edward gets kicked, but he goes to the back line. Edward will fall. That's Yums on the G-Kundo, and the Feather Air's trying to follow it through Yums. Able to flicker around. Light pops in to revitalize. And Aurora got what they sought out for. They got the Lord. As I said, both XP laters are the punching bags for the teams here, as is. They both go down, they're both traded out, but Aurora Gaming Philippines gets the advantage. Lord makes its way down that mid lane as Yums takes the flying cloud, and now SRG on the defense. Can they clear this out once more? Man, that traction pulse force Innocent to go for some on-force now to be big again. Innocent gonna be caught in the taunt, has a purify out of it. The mobilization used as well. Yums in the back line, able to go for the amount of shocker landing on light.
Totally porky. I pokre na ho do dare. Purify to tole na ta.
From Yums to make something happen. But it still does allow SRG into the game, and they haven't lost the last base turret just yet. Can they clear this out still? Aurora Gaming Philippines might still look to punch it in. The pace is down to half HP. Skies' Rose Gold Meteor gets procced by Doming Kite and now that he has flicker, I don't think Selangor Red Giants can get to it, dude. Doming Kite has all the space in the world to work with too, man. I'm gonna say Aurora Gaming Philippines has done a great job at providing that space and protecting and peeling for Doming Kite. This is now and has been a game of resources, right? The battle spells, the ultimates on both sides. But SRG is still showing that even at this point, almost 20 minutes into this game 4,
that there's still potential
2K को
for them
मात्रै
to
lead
turn
draw
around
पनि
these
हाम्रो
team
भएछ
fights.
नि
It's more so
एउटै turret छैन
not
पनि
having all those battle spells down or those ultimates used too early on. This purple buff is going to be taken over. Sakai knows that he's not going to see this for a while, so it's more so just what can they get? What can they get around the map? How can they continue to build up? Nearly item locked over on both sides, still working on some of those last items, but man, you gotta respect what SRG's lineup is still capable of doing here.
Immortality for Yum, so he wants to go for more of those plays, but this time he's just like, even if I don't get it, I want to bait more resources. I want to make Aurora Gaming Philippines think a bit more. And again, for Aurora Gaming Philippines right now, the advantage that they got, the turret up top, it's so unfortunate that the Lord has spawned the top twice now. So again, they can't really utilize the far lane. Selangor Red Giants can still clear it out. It's just Stormy needs to be decisive, brother.
Yeah.
Last time, he went bottom lane, even though it was going to push back to Aurora Gaming Philippines, and that's why Aurora punished instantly.
And I mean, look at this, like, almost expect Aurora to potentially try to catch Stormneer if it just means another flicker being used. Because obviously with this Lord being evolved, it's going to take a little bit longer for this stance to kind of break out here, but Aurora is going to get in position, and SRG will go ahead and clear out that bottom wave. They got to manage these waves and get ready to fight. A Divine Glaive picked up for Cram here. Nearly half health on the Lord. Once again, very similar positioning.
8-3-4 stacks.
8-3-4 stacks for Dome and Kai right now.
Yeah, those bullets are not going to run out, man. Whoa.
The dragon.
He gets away the dragon! Straight into the
Forty
mountain.
six.
What a timing by
Mare Granger.
guys! Dome and Kai
Ambo,
is
damn
down.
first
Still
grade,
breaks down. Story falls too. Gonna still able to survive right now. Yue goes in, and it's gonna be Demon Kai
Mare,
going
Mare.
up over on
Soke.
Yums, going for the stab, and Yums will fall on Demon Kai.
Volte
And
छ
they're
भनेको
still
एकछिन
going. Cram separated from the team.
Kimmyले
on the
बिल्लाइदियो
run,
नि
and
सबलाई
Aurora's gonna hunt him down. Prime, can he run? He takes a turret shot. Yue is getting him down, and it will be a slow, painful death, and he falls in the end. Sky's in the mid lane trying to save this game. He clears out the wave. What do Aurora do? They see a wave up top.
घन्टा त्यत्रो lead गरेर चाहिँ हौडेको
To
हाते
walk in, and Sakai's is left
Khatam,
alone
tata,
for
bye,
a
bye.
little bit longer. Aurora, can they end it here?
Mountain Shocker coming down, Light unable to get the stun. Yue in the mid lane, already clearing it out, but there's a big wave up top that's going to be
Yes,
used.
again.
No glorious pathway. Sky's
Hold on.
able to trace this away. Passing Mountain Shocker. Now again, it's going to Sky chase CC down. He buys the immortality, but the base is wide open. And Aurora Gaming Philippines will take us to
Ayo.
5.
हाँ भाई हाँ
We wouldn't have it any other way.
क्या
make it
देखा
For a
out.
spot in the grand finals of the M7 World Championship, we need 5 games.
मत दिखा रहे मेरे को मत दिखा मेरे को जलन लग रहा है क्या वाह oh my god 24.8 bad 24.66 bad वो तो मेरा ही बड़ा है मेरा क्या है मेरा 41 पे चल रहा है मेरा HSR बढ़ गया हाँ मेरा QC बढ़ रहा है भाई मेरा QC को घटाना पड़ेगा मेरा
PUBG आइदियो है केटा हो
QC को घटाना पड़ेगा ए PUBG को म चाहिँ ML खेल्छु
डिस्कर्डमा बसेर के हो
होइन होइन बिसी
होइन हौ दा बेसी गर्दै होला
चेक मेरो साउन्ड यसको आउटपुट उयो बनाउनु पर्छ हौ
क्या हुआ भाई?
आउटपुट
बोलो तो। अरे तेरे को नहीं बोला था, मेरा कॉल आया।
सुन्दैछ?
ओके भाइ। लु त स्टार्ट हान्दै मलाई
राम्रै
नआउने
सुन्दैछ?
मान्छेहरू आउनु थाल्छ।
कस्तो सुन्दैछ केटा हो? हेलो
राम्रै सुन्दैछ।
हेलो हेलो केटा हो?
चेक पोइन्ट पकडेको छु।
हेलो
मेरो त उयो फोनबाट जाँदैछ जस्तो लाग्यो।
दा यो केटाको क्यारेक्टर हुन्छ नि, केटीको क्यारेक्टर कसरी गर्छ?
इन्भेन्ट्रीमा उता उयो
डल्लै क्यारेक्टरै कता कता गयो के?
भयो आपाल पनि न यार
त्यो लुगाको मथलोपट्टि एरो देख्यो त्यो अपबाट त्यहाँनिर छ।
लगाइदिन्छु यो मास्क लगाइदि हान्दिमै केटा हो? भयो पेम्बा भाइ?
भयो छोडिदिनु हुँदैन।
साउदिका
आज त बर्थडे पार्टी छ, एकछिन मात्रै गर्छु स्ट्रिम।
कसको बर्थडे हो?
दिदीको।
This is a simulation game set in a virtual world and does not represent real life. Please play in moderation, take frequent breaks, and play responsibly.
सुरु गरिदिइहालेको सर।
काल चद्दु काल चद्दु
Hide it.
कसो सर माइकबाट भन्यो?
सुन्दैछ यहाँ गेममा।
स्क्रिन मिरर गरेको हैन?
I need attachments.
स्क्रिन मिरर गरेको हैन? गेम साउन्ड जान्दाखेरि केटाहरुको जानु पर्ने। उयो अडियोमा उयो गर न अन्तखेरि माइक्रोफोनबाट हाल न। OBS बाट।
स्ट्रिममा त त्यही छ कि तर तिमीहरुलाई यहाँ गेममा क्या गेममा चाहिँ फोनबाट जाँदैछ।
ए ओके ओके। जारै पेम्बा भाइ।
माइक ग्लिच गर्यो भने बनाए अन अफ गरिदिहाल्छु।
देऊ त म चाहन्छु।
कहाँ उत्रिनु भनिहाल्नु छिटो छिटो।
देऊ म चाहन्छु भाइ।
जर्जो गरौँ ल।
आप्पालाई दिए ल भाइ।
तपाईँ झार्ने? ल ल ल।
जा।
फलो गरे। झार्दिनु। Let's go भैया। झार्यो होला? जर्ज में आदमी आया नहीं है क्या?
Oh, this is your spawn.
मै हो त्यो। यो होइन
हैन अझ एउटा छ तिमीसँग।
सोस। दा म मर्छु होला हौ।
आहा पुरै आयो नि हौ।
सिधै गयो भित्र सर।
यहीँ झरेको छु नि त्यहाँ हुन्छु म
नक त गर्दैन छ तिमीलाई मार्ने
वहीं पे आएंगे हम
म त रोटी जग्गामा चेप्रिने हो apa यता छ है
मार्क त्यो त सर
Marked a location.
कुन चाहिँ बिल्डिङ हो र त्यो बिल्डिङ रातो बिल्डिङ
दा मेरो घरमा मान्छे छ आउन सक्छ
रातो छ
साह्रै टाढो भएछ दुई नै
आम्बो यहीँ आइदिइसकेछ नि 4 जनाले पुस गर्दैन हौ
आम्बो 2 जनाले भेटेको छु सर
हाल्दिन सर
म आइदिन्छु नि सर
का स्प्रे मादर
कंट्रोल खड़ा हो कंट्रोल
मोर दे
कंट्रोल करो भैया
दा तपाईँ त्यहाँ झर्नु न त्यो दरवाजामा झर्नु न दरवाजामा चढ्दिन त अलिकता
रिकल गर्दिने हो म पहिला
जगरै सरलाई यो पुत्तली भएको चाहिँ के हो सर यो क्वेरीमा गयो केटाहरु गाड काममा
मारे नि
हान्नुपर्छ सकिहाल्यो
उच्च होला 20 सेकेन्डमा
कहाँ
15 सेकेन्ड छ
गयो केटाहरु
उता कम्प्युटर छ यो त लास्ट को छ लाइभ
एक्सेप्ट गर्नु है
कुस्तिन अन्त
भित्र प्राइमारी लिन्छ लिन्न एकजनाले दा लिनु त तपाईँ
टिक फर्स्ट
फर्स्ट पुगेछ
पाए
यहाँबाट तल झर्यो भने चाहिँ के हुन्छ केटा हो
म्यापमा निक्लिन्छ होला सर सिधै
पाए
लुटहरु हुन्छ
यहाँ उतापट्टि जानु पर्दैन ओ भैया ओ 4 नम्बर
ओ जोड पुरा रहेछ
म्यान भित्र
मान्छे आयो भित्र मान्छे एउटा मान्छे आयो
अर्को यो के हुन्छ यहाँ के हुन्छ ओपन गरौ न
लुट पाउने जग्गा सर
केटा हो
यहाँ त्यहाँबाट झर्नु न त
झर्दै गर न
स्नाइपर छैन यहाँ एउटा स्नाइपर नभेटेको
नयाँ गनायो त नटिपेको केटाहरुले
नटिपेको सर
M4 पाए
जुप
कहाँ झर्नु कहाँबाट झर्नु
4-5 वटा स्क्वाड रहेछ
भित्र जानुपर्छ सर
के हो यिनीहरूलाई हान्न पाउँदैन
पाउँदैन नि सर
झर्ती
झर्दी सर झर्दैछ जर्ज पुलमा एनिमी
3 जना रहेछ यहाँ केटा हो
यहाँ कुनै कसले प्राइमाइ चलाउँदैछ त टाउको
मैले
माथि
चलाएको 3 जना छ यहाँ छ हेर ल
झरे सर तिम्रोमै झरे तिम्रै बिल्डिङमा झरे सर
धन्यवाद सर मैले त उता हेर्दिँदै थिएँ नि मर्यो नक
पछि पनि झरे हाम्रो ए हामी यो हुन्छ
छैन बेसी एकैजना मात्रै छ त मार्दिनु
पछि झरेछ हाम्रो
यहाँ छतमा केटा हो
मारे सर आउँदैछु
यतापट्टि
Watch out!
नक ए
ब्याकमा पनि छ ए रेक्टे ब्याकमा पनि छ ए
प्राइमाइ छ मेरो ग्रेडमा
कुन चाहिँ बिल्डिङमा हो
त्यो रातो बिल्डिङमा छ
यहाँ चाहिँ ऊ पछिको मैले मार्क गरिदिएँ स्मोक हानेर आउन केटा हो स्मोक हानेर
कहीँ झर्दैछु ल म फेरि
यतामा आएछ नि हौ सर
सरलाई स्मोक हानेर पोस्टिङ भए पनि हुन्छ
उड्दैछ उनीहरू पुरा मेरोमा फेरि उड्नै छैन कि
भएन
कहीँ झर्दैछु ल म फेरि
झर्ने पनि छैन नि हौ
मेरो बिल्डिङमा आए पेम्बा माथि
मेरो प्राइमाइ छ केटा
एक हात तताउँदै गर्छु ल केटा हो म टिडिएम खेल्दै गर्छु ल
ओके सर
टिप्यो प्राइमाइ
मेरो बिल्डिङमा आएर टिप्यो जस्तो लाग्यो प्राइमाइ
दादा पुरा कम्ती लाग्छ मेरोमा उड्नै छैन
कतिजना छ भाइ अर्कोपट्टि पनि छ नि त फेरि मैले त्यहाँ तिमी भएकोमा एकजना नक गरेको थियो त
मेरोमा आयो नि घन्टा अबे यार मारे नि मलाई यहाँबाट मारे नि अरे मलाई जसले मारे त्यो मारे नि दाले स्नुज मान्छे आयो देऊ तपाईँ आफ्नो प्राइममा लुटिहाल्नु पहिला
त्यहाँनिर मान्छे हो नि नाइस त पाए
एकजना छ देख्दै
ओहो
तिमीलाई मार्ने नि मैले
प्राइममा लुटो भइया
त्यही छ यहाँ पेम्बा मरेको जग्गामा यही
Marked a
बिल्डिङ
location.
झरे
मरे
अझै एउटा झरेको छ त
कहाँ झऱ्यो
Watch out!
तिम्रो पाइमा टिप्यो होइन
टिपेको छु न त मेरो बिल्डिङमा हेर त
यहाँ लिकोदाले गर्नुपर्छ हौ एकजना लास्ट छ
Bombo, no.
Yeah.
They behind the bomb though. Dami.
Nice Oda. यहीँनिर रिकल हान्दिनु न यहीँनिर रिकल हान्दिनु नि छेउमै छ
Prime loot action है
गाडी छैन गाडी
लुटेको छैन माथि होला
तपाईँ लुटिहाल्नु तपाईँ आफ्नो अपना लाश पता है तो लूट लो भैया तो गाडी छैन गाडी छ दादा त्यो बाहिर
कहाँ छ छैन
पछाडि छ छोडिदिनु तर त्यो दरवाजा छ नि दरवाजा
कुन चाहिँ वाला रोड हो यो होला हैन
यो
वाला
उ त गाडी एनिमी हो कि
प्राइमै छैन त
लुटेको क्रिपेको त आएन त नोटिफिकेसन अन्त
P90
नोट चाहिँ कम्ती भइदिएको आम्मा
I'm recalling a teammate. Thanks.
गाडी राउन्ड्स लदा
त्यही छ लासहरु छ छतमा पनि छ लास हेर त छतकोले टिपेको भए
म मोडेकोमा हेरे छैन
हैन यतापट्टि रातो छतमा रातो छतमा अन्त त्यसको मुनि छ बडी
यहाँ मारेको थियो
जोन त टाढो परेछ यो बडी हेर्यो यहाँ छ हौ लाग्छ त्यसको मान्छे
रहेछ त्यहाँ प्राइमै
न
को यो पेममा भयो हेरि छैन यसमा
यो त मेरो हो
उ यहाँ छ
I got supplies.
एकतालमा भेट्नु रे चाहिँ
मै बडी याद गरिराख्छु
एक्सपीरियन्स
यो बडीमा थियो
आया घण्टा कोले मारे मा कसम भेट्छु टाढोबाट हाने यार यही छु म
उइसबाट हाने
त्यो पहाडबाट मारे पहाडबाट
रिभाइभ गर्न रिभाइभ टाढो छ
ए यो दादा कहाँ भागेछ अन्त दाइ यतै छु म
यता आउन भित्र पस न यहाँ बीचमा पस न
कहाँबाट हाने तिमीलाई यहाँबाट देख्छ
सिधै भाग्दिउँ होला हौ देख्छ
जर्जपुलको डाँडाबाट हौ
जर्जपुलको त्यो डाँडा छैन त्यो पहाड गइदिउँ गाडीभित्र बसेर सिधै
छेउमा आउँदैछ क्लोजिङ गर्दैछ छिटो आउँदै भाइ
बस्नु न छिटो
त्यताबाट नलैजाऊ है ए उ बग्गीमा गयो निक्ले भाइ तिनीहरु
यही साइड
जानु ए हैन रहेछ
बालो भाइ बालो जोन भित्र आइज न हान्दै गयो हो
बग्गी पनि छ है तपाईँ
7 को एमै छैन नि मेरोमा ब्रिज क्याम्प हान्दिने केटा हो ए तर जान्दैन होला हौ त है
ए यहाँनिर पनि लुट राम्रो पाउँछ त
रेस्टुरेन्ट
क्यानियन
यस्तै रेस्टुरेन्ट बनाइदिनु पर्छ होला रेक्टे हेभी छ नि हेर न ऊ गाडी पनि रोकिरहेको रहेछ
enemy
यता रहेछ भाइ
Marked a
यता
location. Watch out.
के गर्नु जानु कि जोनभित्र जानु
बाहिर बाहिर छ त
ऊ अगाडि मार्नु
Watch out.
न हौ भैया मार्नु न हौ अगाडिपट्टि छ
पर्खन
ऊ अगाडि मार्नु
कहाँ गयो नक भयो नि घन्टा एकजना भित्र छ यहाँ फिनिस गरिहाल्छ नि केटा बाहिरको फिनिस गरिहाल्छ त बाहिरमा छ फिनिस गरिहाल्छ
आउनु तपाईँ आउनु पहिला
म भित्र जान्दैछु बगी आए बगी
घन्टा पुट डाउन भएको होइन आउँदिनु दा घरभित्र पसिहाल्नु ल
त्यो निक्लेर उडाउनु पर्छ रेक्टे
गाडीभित्र पसेर भाग्दिउँ म पहिला जोनभित्र फाइल
यहाँ मुनि आएको छ एकजना अलिक रेन्जमा जाऊ
छेउमै छ हौ एउटा एकजना
गाडीमा जाउँ न त पक्का म प्लान
जुन गाडीमा ठिक भयो
माथि रहेछ ऊ एकछिन पर्ख न गाडीमा जाउँ न त्यहाँनिर
यहाँ दुईजना छ
Marked a location.
हिलमा
दुईजना छ यता
करप्टिङ फ्लावर
पछाडि पनि थियो जस्तो लाग्यो मलाई
यहाँ यो हिलमा आउन
हालिन्दा
टेलिपोर्ट गर्छ नि यहाँ हिलमा यो रिजन
टेलिपोर्ट हुँदैन नि त अब एकपल्ट त्यो मात्रै हुन्छ
हुन्छ यहाँ आउ त यहाँ
दुईजना मर्यो त
एउटा पोर्टल यता भयो एउटा पोर्टल
पिछेमा रहेछ है।
हो
हजुर
होला
I got supplies.
कास्ट गरे त मैले अन्त भएन त
हुँदैन त अन्त त्यहाँ
मेरै अगाडि छ आउनु त उता 115 खतम
होइन नक गरेको
कहाँबाट हेर्ने केटा हो देखिन मैले सुई मात्रै भयो
यहाँपट्टि
मैले देखेको छु नि
मार्नु त
घाँसले डिस्टर्ब गर्दैन हो रेक्टे
आउनु भित्र
पर्ख उता आउँदै
लेटर हान्दै त्यही त हो
ट्राई नभए भने रेस्टुरेन्ट भित्र आउनु
हो र होइन होला
उठाएर ल्याइदिनु न उठाएर ल्याइदिनु न
होइन यही दिवाई
होइन पहिला रिभाइभ गरिहाल्नु रिभाइभ गरिदिहाल्नु अम्बो बम पड्काएको
यताबाट छैन हैन कोही
त्यो एउटा घाँसले डिस्टर्ब गर्दैन हौ मलाई छैन होला छैन होला
लेट्दाखेरि है दा त्यो देख्छ नि
कभर दे ओए उडेर आयो
टक्कै कभरको छेउमा आयो
जामा लाउनी उडेर आयो प्राइमै चलायो भनेर होला है
म त हिल गरिदिँदै थिएँ नि त घन्टा
अब रेला भयो
हिल गरिदिँदै थिएँ नि त सेकेन्ड ढिलो भन्यो
क्या स्पिड आयो त्यो
1 सेकेन्ड ढिलो भयो मेरो हिल छ्या
के भन्दैछ त्यो अनुसार त्यो
बिनियाको हेलो वापा आउ न बिनियाको डाउनलोड गरे क्या हो आप्पालाई बोलाइरहेछ आप्पालाई बोलाइ
बिनी भयो त अन्त
त्यही त भाग्यो आप्पालाई बोलाइरहेछ
एक सेकेन्ड नि हौ एक सेकेन्ड ढिलो भइदियो नि हाम्रो छ्या कभर गरौँमै भन्दै थिएँ कि खैमा नि हिजो पनि त्यस्तो के अरे मुखैमा भेट्यो नि मैले त झन् घन्टा
This is a simulation game set in a virtual world and does not represent real life.
अस्तिको त्यो
Please play in moderation.
हामी खेल्दाखेरि टेलिपोर्ट गर्दाखेरि पुङ्गेदा
And
नपुग्दै
play responsibly.
माइक बज्यो पुरा
छैले खडा हो
ठीक है
सकिहाल्यो खाँदै गर्नु न तपाईँहरू अन्त
ला
कता दा यस नयाँ कि जर्जो
डाडु पर्यो
यस नयाँ कि जर्जो छिटो यस नयाँ कि जर्जो कि उल्टा जल्दी कोचिङ कि त गर्छ होला जर्जो जुम्ला कोचिङ कि अल्छी लाग्छ दा त्यो घरको भित्र
I need
कोचिङ
attachments.
खेलौँ न होइन न रल्स लाग्छ
I'm out. Need ammo.
छेउछेउको फाइट खेल्नु
ಕಾಲ್ಚದ್ದು ಈಸಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲ
Sorle male
सबै जग्गा एनिमी झर्दै त
Marked a location.
यहाँ घरतिर जाउँ होला
तर उता भयो नि त कडा हो के गर्नु काल सुद्धु हैन
लड्डु भएन
मेरो घरभित्र आउँदै गर्नु न यही छ न ब्यान्डेज लाउँदैछु भिखारी जस्तो ब्यान्डेज लाउनु पर्दैछ एउटा नेटले दुईजना मर्छ हामी ऊ दुईजना त मिलिट्री झरेछ
त्यसले नेट लगाएको छ
मेरो त घन्टा फ्रेम रेटै त बाङबुङ हुन्छ मान्छे बेसी मान्छे झरेछ
रेन्डर भएको
उयो भइदिन्छ गिडिक 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 भइदिन्छ मिट्टी बेसमै झर्दैछु यतापट्टि
रहेछ नि हौ सर चिउमै बनायो नि हौ
आउँदैछु सिक्रेट की पाइदे
मेरो माथि छ त
यसले वाइप गरिदिइहाल्यो त अन्त
स्क्वाड आउँदैछ एकजना
माथिको खोलिरहेको रहेछ माथि जाने
जाने सर
जाने जो बुझ्यौ
पसिन्द दा म त्यो एक्सेप्ट गर्छु मेरो माथि एनिमी पुरा छ छिटो 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 दा एकजनालाई भएर तीनजनालाई खेद्यो मलाई
एनिमी रहेछ है एनिमी रहेछ है
छैन
अब म त मुनि पो भइदियो त अन्त
गयो हटाइदे
प्राइममा टिपेको नोटिफिकेसन आयो त
आएन
गइदिउँ न अन्त हामी टिपिदिउँ न रोड जाऊ ल
रोड जाऊ छ कि हुन्छ enemy मोरे चरुम
लिनमा पुगे त कसरी हो
लिनमा पुगे त मोरे सर टिभी
मोरे भयो
मिल्टाले खाली खाली छ आउन त मिल्टा जाम ल
कहाँ झर्दै छ सर भन त हामीलाई
मर्दै सुने मार्दै सुने साला हरामीले
M24 पाइदैन के गर्नु
सिमे लुटे छैन यार जा कोचिङ नजानु कोचिङमा पुरा छ
राइट खेल
कोचिङमा
खेल खेल सर रिभाइभ गर्दिनु
M24
मेरो त लुटे छैन भनेर पो आएको त
आफूले वाइप गरिदिन्छ नि त्यहाँ सबैहरूलाई अब
यहाँ लेभल 3 को ब्याकप्याक पाएँ भन्नु न छैन मेरोमा के पनि 4x लिनु मलाई 3x चाहियो साढे 10
कहाँ गयो बेटाहरु कोचिङ कि
आज शान्ति छ
मिल्टा
गरे मिल्टा
आउँदैछु
आउँदा हुन्छ तर छ है सर पुरै
मेरोमा स्नाइपर अरु के छैन
जुम्बेम्बा
ना उड्ने पनि पाएन मैले उड्ने पनि छैन मेरोमा जाँदै गर्नु म आइहाल्छु उडी उडी आउँछु उड्नै छैन यार लुटै छैन त
भेटेन तेरो
अर्को गाडीमा आउँछ सर घुमेर आउँदैछ घुमेर त्यो उस्मा गयो त्यो युएजी को घुमेर उस्मा गएको छ इभेन्टमा पसेको छ
माथि मारेको त किल पनि पाउँदैन 1 घण्टा
मैले मारेको छ सर यहाँ घरमा
Watch out!
नेटवर्क गयो मेरो
कुन चाहिँ घर छैन
त्यसको त्यो तल्लो तल्लो तल्लामा सर आयो
आउँदैछु ल फुल स्पिडमा कोचिङ कि
मेरो बिल्डिङमा छ है सर मेरो बिल्डिङमा छ रेक्ट एकजना अब फ्रेम रेट घट्यो नि आया उता पनि गएछ नि छ्या गडक ग्रुप भइदियो नि कोचिङ पुग्नु बित्तिकै उता छ है सर मेरो बडीको उता
बडी शॉट था नहीं चला
ये रिवाइभ भन्नु नि त तपाईलाई
भन्नु भन्नु
के कोचिङ जाने
त्यही नम्बर पोस्टु कोचिङ
के भन्नुभयो
फेरि कल गर न भनेको
यहाँ छ जस्तो लाग्यो मान्छेहरू छ नि हो मान्छे छ कहाँतिर हान्नु यो दालाई त यहाँ जान्छु यहाँ
चर्चमा पनि छ यतापट्टि पनि छ सर त्यतापट्टि पनि छ है
उता त्यो रिकल टावरमा छ होला मान्छे
यहाँ यो घरमा
चेक गर न यहाँ त हुनु पर्ने मान्छे
बगीमा पनि छ बगीमा यहाँ स्क्वाड आउँछ
बो पड्का हैन दा
यो घरको एकैजना लाग्यो सर रस हान्ने यसलाई को छ मेरो छेउमा
घाटा था मेरे गाड़ी आए थे मेरे अगाडि गाडी बोलेको दा
कहाँ भाग्यो
खेल न फाइट रिभाइभ गर्छ त केटाहरूले ऊ पर जाँदैछ सर
कहाँ भाग्यो त्यो
उतै भाग्यो नि सर यतापट्टि
ऊ माथि छतमा देख्नु सर ऊ उफ्रिँदैछ ऊ
घण्टा दा 3 जना छ नि
भोका पाउँदै आइदिएको
दिएको थियो त यसलाई
लु त केटा हो रिभाइभ गरिदिउँ
ड्यामेज दिया था रे यार
त्यहाँ माथि छ पापाको माथि
के हो नि
चर्चमा छ
केटा हो रिभाइभ गर्नु गइदिनु
लाहो लाहो सर 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 तलाउन छिटो 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 यता ल
रिभाइभ गर्न जानु
आको
त्यता त
ओके
यहाँ छ होला
आयो
यही क्याम्प हालेर जस्तो लाग्यो
रहेछ नि हो जामा
उदा उ बाहिरै छ मलाई मार्ने आयो होला
ट्याप लाग्दिएको अम्बो त्यहाँबाट कतिजना छ यहाँ
पछाडि गाडी आयो अगाडि फाइट हुन्छ रहेछ
I'm recalling a teammate. Thanks.
बगे रिकल
चर्चमा
चर्चमा आउँदा हुन्छ चर्च खाली छ
चर्चमा लुटौँ न एकछिन
यो गाडी के हो केटा हो
यो गाडी फोड्ने त
सबलाई
त्यहाँ सब बग्यो
गाडी हो
ला कहाँबाट हान्यो मलाई सोर नखाने नि ला घन्टा रिकल हुँदैन नि है
रिकल हुँदैन नि छ
यहीँबाट हान्दैछ नि त बग्गीलाई हेर्ने नि त छतमा छ सरको छतमा हेर्छ न पेम्बा भाइ पछि रिकलको
पछि पनि थुप्रो मान्छे
हेर्छ न ऊ झगडा
कहाँ छ एउटा देख्दैकै छैन
ऊ छ नि दाते मान्छे आउँदैछ ओपनमा छु
गाडीमा आयो नाइस हो तिम्रो पछि गाडी
मेरो पछि यहाँ त एउटा नक गरेको छु मैले
त्यो गाडीको साउन्ड सुने त मैले त अन्त हो त
आम्बो छैन केटा
रिकल पनि नभइदिने है
मेरो त आएको छैन दा पस्दैको म ल
त्यहाँ त नक गरे मैले मारेको थिएँ
आउनु त
रिकल भयो
अम्बो यतापट्टि रहेछ
अम्बो होइन होला एकजना नक लास्ट बाट दुईजना आएछ नि घन्टा
स्कोप हटाएर
हेल्दै छैन
लिली
ब्यान्डेज कति छ नि सर
कसले हान्दैछ
पछि आयो
बट आइदियो होइन
बट प्रायोरिटी है
कस्तो टाइममा बट आइदिएको
दिवाई भइसकेछ अन्त घन्टा
एकजना नक गरेको थियो नि
उनीहरूले त मलाई झारेको छ
आजको लागि मेरो यति नै मैले मार्छ मलाई अझै स्पिड
ल
ओके
good night